Questions, comments for our players that we're going to be talking to today right here on Pirate Radio Live. We have a lot coming up, including East Carolina pitcher C.J. Mayhue. He'll join us coming up in about 25 minutes or so. Brian Bailey will join us at the end of this hour to talk Super Bowl and get you ready for Pirate Baseball. He was also at the ECU football banquet over the weekend. We'll recap that as well. At 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Pirate shortstop Ryder Giles. Also in the 4 o'clock hour, Bryson Worrell, East Carolina outfielder, will join us. And Carson Whisenhunt dropped by the studios earlier today. You'll hear the interview with the lefty Whisenhunt coming up in the 4 o'clock hour as well. In the 5 o'clock hour, Troy D will be alongside, and we'll talk to ECU head baseball coach Cliff Godwin. It's the Monday before the season starts. This is when we like to spring the rotation question, maybe get a lineup from Cliff. We'll see what he's ready to give out to us today, but we'll get a season preview with the head coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin, coming up at 5 o'clock. All right, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, the Big Dog Glenn Griffin, CJ Schaefer are here, and I am joined in the studio by East Carolina infielder Zach Agnos. Zach, welcome in. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm excited, and thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. I called you infielder because you played third, but might see you at a different position this year. So coming up Friday, you think you'll be at second base?
I think so. There's no guarantees with Coach Godwin, as you know.
You could be on the mound.
I could be. You never know. But no, I think I will be, and I think I'll be used a lot across the infield this year. So,
and the fact that you don't know this close to the season tells me that you are comfortable at third, second, if they put you at short, wherever. You feel pretty good about no matter where you are in the field?
Yeah, definitely. This fall I was at shortstop a lot, and played a little bit of third too. And once I got back from break, they asked me if I could play second base. I said absolutely, and it's pretty comfortable for me. So.
Well, coming up in high school, were you predominantly short, or you played short?
Yeah, well, out of high school, I was actually mainly a pitcher.
Oh, okay.
Coach Godwin said I was a pitcher that played a position, whereas Carson was a position player that pitched.
Okay.
And now those roles have kind of flipped.
And we've seen you at a few different places during your career here at East Carolina. Well, let's talk about the offseason, Zach, and you specifically. What did you want to improve on, whether it be in the field with Palumbo or at the dish hitting? What were your main goals this offseason?
Just build off of what I've already done. I had a long talk with Coach Godwin before the fall, right when I got back from summer ball, and said we weren't going to change anything. We're just going to work on mainly approach stuff and simplifying the game. And I think that's the biggest thing, because after playing college baseball for 2 years, it's a completely different ball game than anything that I've played before. And the best thing you can do is just slow down the game within the game. So that's the one thing that I've really focused on, and I believe I've gotten better at it, and Coach Godwin has paid me some compliments too.
Of course, you are the brother of Jake Agnos. You had an opportunity to pick his brain, and he said that, I remember him saying that you became friends with some of his teammates, coming up. So now talking to them about the D1 level of baseball and then playing it is two different things. So how much was there a learning curve for you when you first got here from high school?
I feel like I had a pretty easy transition, mainly because of Jake, and he was just, when he'd come home and throw for break, he'd be 20 feet away throwing the ball as hard as he could and say, "Oh, you think you can't handle this, and you're gonna have a tough time in college." Well, and you know how he is, and so I mean, he definitely helped me mature early. I also have an older brother, John, and when he first got out of college, he was living at home when I was still in high school, and he humbled me quite a bit and knocked me on my butt when I needed to. So those two definitely helped me mature and made the transition a little easier for me. So. And
you have a sister as well,
yep.
Is that right?
She's the oldest. She's the ringleader.
So you're the youngest out of everybody.
I am.
All right. Well, I was going to ask you a lot about you and Jake, but with all your siblings, do you remember? I'm sure they used to beat you all the time. And then do you remember when you finally beat Jake or your other brother at something?
Yeah, it was John's like a CrossFit, very strong. Yeah. You'll see he'll be throwing out the first pitch on Friday, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So I remember we were at Thanksgiving and we were playing this game, and Thanksgiving's a big thing in our family. So my mom's side of the family comes up, and my dad's side usually does, but not the past few years because of COVID and all. But so my aunt Jody, my mom's sister, she's the one that always brings the games and stuff, and so she taped or super glued a bunch of feathers to like a T-shirt, and she's like, Zach, oh, you're gonna be the turkey, and the point of the game was to pull off the feathers. And Jake thought it would be funny to come full sprint down our hill as I was running away with my back turned to him and clocked me. And then everybody started pulling out their phones and videoing. And I remember I got him on the ground. I just started elbowing him. I didn't want to hurt him too bad. I know he'll probably be mad that I told that story, but he won't admit it. But that's the one time I think I actually got him.
All right, we'll save this one and we'll hear Jake's side of it. His is going to be a totally different story, I'm sure.
Of course it is.
While we're on the topic, though, I did ask Jake about you, which I do every time we have him on the show because, like yourself, very personable, a great interview, good talker. He likes to mix in slights at you and also give you compliments. So I think there's a little bit of both here. But this was either right before or after the Greenville Regional you guys won last year. It was in the summer of 21, and kind of talked to him how you improved during the season. And here is what Jake had to say.
I mean, it's very easy. I look at my sophomore year when, had a couple bad outings and let that spiral. He did a good job of just kind of sticking with it. And like you said, I think, his average clearly, if you ask him, is not where he wants it to be. But you look at the walks and the extra base hits, and he's a catalyst for the team. He's going to get on base however he can. So he's done a phenomenal job of that. I think for Zach, and I told him this, like, I think in the beginning of the season, he was just trying to do too much. He tried to play with swag and this and that, and it just looked forced. And I told him, like, just play your game. And once he started doing that, I remember texting him after a game and just saying, like, you play with more swagger and you look more confident when you don't try to do any of that stuff. And you just go out there and play like you do. So, sometimes I wanted to swing at some more first pitches just so I don't have to lose more hair as the count goes on. He's done a phenomenal job of really turning around the season. And then I'm more proud of how he's been in the field. I think he's made some unbelievable plays and has really showed off, how powerful his arm is. And it's been fun to watch. And, I find myself, like, just as stressed out and mad when he, does something wrong as I do myself. But it's a lot easier when, you're behind the screen and you can say whatever you want. But he's done a great job of flipping it and really being a catalyst for his team at times. So yeah. I'm just proud of the way that he didn't let that initial failure, bring him down.
That's Jake Agnos, brother of Zach Agnos, and giving you some praise there. And it is funny. I swear we talked to him, I think, live during one of y'all's games. And I remember him, like, especially that last NC State game he pitched, and he was all, like, hyped up. The amount of nerves he had watching his little brother play was hilarious to me. Like, he was all into it. He was, like, living every single pitch with you, and I don't know, it was pretty cool to hear.
Yeah, that just tells you the kind of brother he is. Yeah. Me and him had some talks when as we mentioned, the struggle happened early, but he definitely had some talks with me, and him and John we have a brothers group chat, and they would send me some stuff and get on me when I needed it. Let's just say that.
I think you have a natural swagness about you. I mean, swagnos.
Swagnos, yeah. That's it. That's on my glove every year.
Chandler, have you ever swagged so much that you out-swagged the situation and ran out of swag? Does that ever happen to you?
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
So, but could you be the Joe Burr of ECU baseball, where you just it's like you don't even try.
Yeah,
like
you just effortless swagness.
Yeah, that's some big shoes to fill, Joe Burrow, or as they like to call him, Joe Shiesty. But yeah, there we are. But you know who I think really could, and I think's got good potential, but they do try. And they try a little too hard is Josh Moylan. He goes to all those he goes like stores and gets like he wore a Mandalorian shirt, which was actually really cool. He wears like those little tiny glasses, he does all that. He's got a little fashion to him, but he tries really hard.
Talking to Zach Agnos here inside the Pirate Radio studio. So Zach, I'd like to ask you guys this: what else did you play in high school and coming up? What were your other sports that you played?
I played basketball and baseball. That was pretty much it. Soccer when I was like a kid, but basketball and baseball, and then once I got to high school, strictly baseball.
And then you were really good at feather football, we learned.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll rough it up a little bit.
I was a little surprised to hear Carson Whisenhunt, and this is me maybe stereotyping. I asked who the best basketball player was on the ECU baseball team. He thought about it for a moment, and he said Ryder Giles.
Yeah, Ryder's pretty.
He's a baller?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
I remember my freshman year, we're just shooting around. Coach Godwin, don't get mad. We're just shooting around outside and like playing some around the world. And Ryder just like went around the world and went back and
lit it up.
Just not even like changing turns. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, he's pretty good.
Awesome. We'll have to talk about his basketball exploits coming up at 4:00. Zach Agnos here, getting ready for the season opener. I asked Whisenhunt about this from a pitcher standpoint. How about you as a hitter when it comes to scouting opponents? And is it tough to scout like a Bryant as opposed to a conference team or a North Carolina? Like, how much do you know, or is that something you look at later in the week? Like,
I haven't really thought about the games. I'm not going to lie.
Is that like because you're so day to day, or
that? And I don't. I mean, I don't like to look ahead. I really don't, and I think, that's something we preach. And,
yeah.
But we also don't know a lot about Bryant.
Yeah.
We know that they're a talented team. They make a regional every year, and the one thing we know is they're going to give us their best punch. So.
And they were an opponent of the Pirates in the Charlottesville regional. Was Jake on those teams?
No.
That was before?
Year before Jake.
Travis Watkins hit that dinger against Virginia. Yeah. They went to a super, but Bryant was the 2 seed in that regional, and East Carolina knocked him off as a 3 seed. We'll see him here at home coming up. You don't look ahead, and that makes sense, and you're not supposed to. Cliff doesn't want you to, but do you look at the schedule at all and see, okay, we're playing Carolina, Duke, all that stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I have definitely. I actually, one time when I was in a meeting with Coach Godwin in the fall, he has these little books for his recruits, and if you flip through the books, it's like reasons you should come to ECU, blah, 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 and then it's got part of the schedule. It doesn't have the dates. It just has the teams that we're playing. And so he went to the bathroom, and so I just started flipping through the pages, and I saw all this, like, I don't know how long. It was in the fall, and it was like Virginia Tech, Carolina, Duke, NC. I was like, dude, this is awesome schedule.
And then you had to pretend you didn't know you were playing, like, later.
Act surprised when they told us. I was like, no way.
Zach Agnos here. Another reason to come to East Carolina is the family atmosphere. You got the jungle, you've got the fans. I really loved how Cliff incorporates, former players, things like that, but also players' families, and it means a lot, I'm sure, to you and the Pirate family that's kind of helped you out through some tough times this offseason. But it's really cool, Zach, to be out in the jungle and to meet, like I was telling Carson, I met his parents, like met your family, the Bridges, like all those. That's a really neat part of this thing, that it kind of extends beyond the field with ECU baseball.
Yeah, it is, and that's something, like you said, is very special about this place. You don't find that everywhere, and that's 100% truthful. I got buddies that play in different programs, and I played summer ball, and I asked everybody how their fans are. Like, terrible. Like, I was like, okay, like, there's no place like this. And like you mentioned, these tough times that people have just really stepped up and put a hand on my shoulder, and not even mine, but just my whole family's, my mom's. They got that bench out in right field. I actually spent some time with the other night. Wow. And you just can't beat it. And that just makes playing a little bit easier, because you know that no matter what, that these guys got your back, and that they're going to support you no matter what.
And your family will be here Friday. Said Big John.
Yeah,
older John throwing out the first pitch.
I'm gonna have to figure out some tickets there. But my sister, the oldest one, she's a little worried. She's been texting me a lot, like, "Oh my gosh, do I need to buy tickets?" I was like, "No, Katie, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it." So, but no, everybody will be here. So I'm excited for them all to come down.
All right, I know Cliff hates when we bring this up, but like, we have to. No Norby, no Gavin, Bridges, Colmore, Franny, Cadell. You're losing a lot. How are you guys going to win games this year? But you got some great returners. I'm interested, Zach, to see some of these new faces. Who are some guys that we haven't seen yet that Pirate fans are going to enjoy watching?
There's a lot of them. Ryan Mccrystal, he's a catcher, very, very talented bat. He's got a great arm. He's just a good dude to be around, fun dude to be around. I think pitching-wise, we got a lot, man. We got Eric Ritchie, who throws the ball well. We got Trey Savage, who throws hard and has really good stuff. We got Merritt Beaker. Jake Hunter is he doesn't have anything that'll be like, holy crap, this dude is amazing. But, Coach Godwin said that he stacked the lineup yesterday against Jake Hunter to see how he pitched, and I think he gave up 1 hit in 4 innings, and so he's pretty good. There's everybody. Like, there's everybody. Luke Nowak, he can run a bit around the bases in probably 5 seconds. He's so fast. All the infielders, and we got a lot of talent, and I'm really excited, and I think it's a good mix with experience, and we got some good leadership on this team, and one that I forgot to mention was Jacob Jenkins Coart. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but just a freak. Like, just so much talent, so much juice. He's just another dude that just runs through a wall, like just goes full speed ahead.
Looking forward to some of those new names, and of course all the returners. A lot of experience on this team as well. Zach, I asked Carson who the toughest guys he had to face this fall and then the scrimmages were, and he said yourself and Lane Hoover, another lefty, hitting on a lefty. He said he couldn't get him out. How about you? Who are the toughest arms you faced this offseason?
Carson was tough, especially when he nailed me with 93 right in the ribs on Friday.
And get you ready for the season, right?
There's a big bruise right there. It hurts. People try to mess around and touch, and I just want to punch him in the face. No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, Jake Hunter, he's like I said, I thought I saw him really well, but he just blew fastballs by me, kept me off balance, pitches on the back of the plate, and Mayhew's not a fun at bat, but I'll probably say Carson. Carson's really tough, really tough because he's got that really good changeup.
How are you guys? Well, I should save the health question for Cliff. I don't want you to get in trouble. I'll ask how the team's doing health-wise with Cliff.
Yeah.
I'll save you from running laps or whatever. But I know the team's fired up. Like, do you guys look, regional champions? That's great. Lost in the Super to a great team. That happens. Do you think about that? Bring it up as motivation? Is that all in the rear view? How do you use that?
Yeah, I mainly use it to motivate the guys. I know some of them were, like the new guys especially, I know some of them were in the stands last year during the regional, and I asked them, I was like, how was it? They're like, dude, that was so fun. I was like, you think it's fun out there? Imagine when you're on the field and you make a play and you just turn around and see 5,500, 6,000 people going crazy. But it's just something that not every team can experience. It's incredible. Like, I'm getting chills thinking about it, but I try not to think about it because I don't want to be so disappointed.
Right.
Where if we go in as a 2 seed, I don't want to be like, our season's over, right?
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to the season, and here comes Mayhew. I'm looking forward to the season, and just using that as motivation. Basically, it's fun.
You guys have had that experience, and obviously don't take it for granted. You never know when your time will come to not host a regional or host a regional. But man, it was so much fun last year, especially with the fans being out for a year and a half to have them back. That was such a party out there. All right, Zach, how about your new school with the Swagno stuff we talked about, but the old school approach of drawing walks? You're making walks cool again.
Yeah.
How about that part of your game? Is that something you've always had? Did that just kind of happen? What's up with the walks?
I don't remember ever walking that much. My senior year of high school, I walked quite a bit just because
they were probably pitching away from you.
Yeah, I don't want to be cocky, but yeah. But I never walked, and it's something. I got into a lot of deep counts. Walks are cool. I'm not a speed demon, but I can put pressure on the defense with my base running. I like to think I'm a pretty savvy base runner, and it's just another base runner, puts pressure on the pitcher, gets them in the stretch, adds pitches. Usually walks aren't 4 pitches. Usually it's 6, 7, 8, 9, which our pitchers shoot for 12 or 13 less pitches in an inning. So it's just a gritty, grindy approach.
I like it. You're a VA guy. I'm glad to hear you're still sticking with the Commanders now. But you're a fellow Washington fan. That's great to hear. How about who are your big league guys you like to watch? Maybe get some stuff from their game and put into yours. Ooh. Are you a Nationals guy?
I am, but I don't. Obviously Juan Soto. He's just to watch him play so fun, but I really, really like Charlie Blackmon from the Rockies just because he doesn't care. Like,
kind of all out.
He just doesn't care, just plays. Like, he's got a big beard, long, kind of nasty, greasy hair. But he's awesome, and I just think he doesn't try to go for the everything, like attention, all this and stuff. And, like, I remember one year he didn't make an All-Star game, and he, like, tweeted something like, I don't care. Like, something like just he doesn't really care. And I think he plays the game for the right reasons and that he loves it. And I mean, I watched a video on him how his car broke down, and it's like a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee. He's making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I think he's just a simple dude that
humble guy.
Yeah, that just loves the game. So I really like Charlie Blackmon.
Looking forward to seeing Zach Agnos this Friday, Saturday, Sunday against Brian. How about Jake? How's he doing health-wise?
He's recovering really, really well.
Okay.
He's been sending me and John some texts, and he's really fired up.
Good.
And he feels really good. He's at a good place. He's pretty shredded now. I'm not going to boost his head. He's got some abs and some ridiculous back muscles, but
because the Major League Baseball spats going on, but the minor leaguers, we talked to Packard and Burleson and those guys not too long ago. They're planning to go ahead and play as normal. So we hope we can see some Jake Agnos on the mound this year.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, Zach, thanks for hanging out, man.
I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, and I look forward to next Monday.
Yeah, we'll recap the Bryant series, look ahead to North Carolina, and talk more baseball with you.
Awesome.
So thanks.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Zach Agnos, look for him all around the infield and the pitcher's mound. We'll see him somewhere out there on Friday. When we return, we'll talk to Pirate pitcher CJ Mayhue. He'll join us next here on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howabouttoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. We all know UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston will exit the AAC, most likely after next year. How have the Pirates fared against these three? We'll crunch the numbers next.
I'm Clip Brock.
I'm Chandler Honeycutt.
I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Join us every weekday from 3 to 6 for Pirate Radio Live.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on with ECU athletics and make you a winner each and every day when we open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag.
You can hear the show streaming online, on radio, and on social. Catch us weekdays on Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
ECU, along with UCF, UC, and Houston, came into the AAC in 2014. Let's look at ECU's football record in conference play against these three. ECU is 1-7 versus UCF, 1-7 versus Cincinnati, and 0-3 versus Houston. The combined record against the departing three is 2-17 on the gridiron. Now let's take a look at basketball. ECU is 2-10 versus Houston, 3-13 versus UCF, and 2-10 versus Cincinnati, for a combined record of 7-33. ECU should be more competitive against the likes of UTSA, North Texas, Rice, UAB, FAU, and Charlotte. There will be 4 schools in Texas and just 5 of the 14 members in the Eastern time zone. Come on back again next time and we'll visit Inside the Booth.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. come get you one.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's your host, Clip Ross.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. We'll talk a little Super Bowl coming up with Brian Bailey in our next segment. Still to come on today's show, East Carolina shortstop Ryder Giles, Pirates outfielder Bryson Worrell, and ECU lefty Carson Whisenhunt, all coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll talk to the head coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin, coming up at 5 o'clock. Joining us right now inside the Pirate Radio studios, Pirates reliever CJ Mayhue joining us on the program. CJ, welcome. Good to see you. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Glad to be here.
About ready to get things rolling this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very excited.
All right. Well, CJ, we'll start here. What did you try to fine-tune this offseason, improve on? Asked Carson earlier, was it, perfecting the pitches you already have? Was it adding a new pitch, adding velocity? Like, what was your main focus this offseason?
Honestly, trying to find a kind of a put-away pitch. Been mostly fastball, so kind of worked a little bit with AK and came up with I got a curveball now, so
okay,
it's been pretty good actually since we came back, but so we'll see how that plays.
All right, a CJ Hook coming up. Looking forward to seeing that. Mentioned Austin Knight. You go from Coach Dietrich to Austin Knight, but he's been here. You know the face, the voice, all that. I assume that was a smooth transition for you pitchers?
No, yeah, it was very smooth. Obviously, when Dietz was here, Coach Knight was working with us with Dietz, and then just when Dietz left, I kind of already thought that AK would be the pitching coach, and then it came out that he was. So I was really excited since I'd already kind of built a relationship with him. So.
CJ, you always hear about the mentality of a closer, and what are you doing when you're throwing your final warm-up pitches before your walk-up music hits, your warm-up music? Like, what's that inner voice saying in your brain? Like, do you have to amp yourself up? Do you try to stay cool? What's that like for you?
The warm-up pitch, I'm just trying to stay relaxed while I'm out there. So, obviously, when I'm throwing my warm-up pitches, I actually try to take it easy and just kind of get a little feel for my pitches. But after that last warm-up pitch, I always take my hat off and kind of pump myself up, talking to myself. But and then once I step on the mound, I just tell myself it's game time. So
I forgot to ask Zach this. I'll ask you because I mentioned it with Carson. You'll hear it later. How about your warm-up song? How big of a decision is that, and how much time did you take on that this year? Don't say what it is because they'll get mad if we spoil it. Yeah. But how important is that for you to get the proper warm-up song?
Oh, it's really important. It's really important. I had it narrowed down to 3 songs, and then I was just sitting in my car one day. I was playing all 3 of them, and I had it turned up almost as loud as it would go. And I was like, all right, which one fits? And I finally came up with one. I was like, "Yep, that's it. I'm getting it."
CJ, what about being that guy that the Pirates rely on there in the bullpen at the end of games? Has that always been your role? Did you come up? I'm sure a lot of you guys are starters, right? So, how much is this a new role for you to be a closer?
Actually, it's not. I didn't start starting until my senior year in high school.
Okay.
So, sophomore, junior year in high school, I was basically closing almost every game we had. And so then when I got here, it was actually a harder transition in high school to move into the starting role, because I've never built up or anything like that. So then when I got back here and I just fell back in the closer's role, I was like, all right, that's where I felt comfortable at anyways.
Yeah, so pretty natural for you. And if you need to go 1, 2, maybe 2+ innings, you can still do it, right?
Yeah,
But you prefer the relief role?
Yeah, I love it.
I like to ask you guys this: do you ever miss picking up a bat?
Oh yeah. I'm always in the dugout. I'm telling Coach, hey, if you need somebody to swing it, I got it.
Well, look, Matt Bridges came up clutch, right? Maybe it's your time this year.
Well, I think last year, it sealed the deal when I had an at bat. I think it was Illinois State, and it was like a 2-0 count, and got jammed on a fastball, and I come back in there, and Coach is like, man, I was down there at third base. I was waiting on you to hit a line drive over here to me, and you're late on the fastball. He's like, you're not getting another at bat.
You got your one shot, man. That's harsh, but it is what it is, I guess. What'd you hit in high school? Do you remember?
I think my bat average. I think I had 454 or something.
Man,
a couple jacks.
Okay.
I think I had 5 jacks.
Get this guy a bat. What other sports did you play growing up in high school?
High school, I just kind of stuck strictly to baseball, but middle school, I played a little bit of football, and then obviously I had a little basketball when I was really little, and then just coming up in high school, I just decided, hey, I just want to focus on baseball and just, All
right, it's been pretty consensus right now. Who is the best basketball player on ECU's baseball team? I've got the answer that has been given to me. I want to see if it's what you got.
Yeah. Definitely, probably Ryder.
Man, Ryder Giles.
Ryder Giles
is the hooper. I really undersold this guy. I can't wait to ask him about his basketball ability. We'll talk to Ryder coming up at 4 o'clock. Bryson Worrell later on. Carson Whisenhunt in the 4 o'clock hour as well. So Zach's a natural doing these interviews and stuff. Are you cool with it? You uncomfortable? You'd rather be on the mound, probably, right? Zach will talk to a pole outside, right?
Oh, he'll talk to a brick wall. I'll live with him, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll live with.
Do you ever get a word in?
I'll come in the living room. I can just hear him talking. I'm like, Zach, who are you talking to? Nobody.
Just talking, man. Just talking. So, what do you guys? What do you do in your spare time? What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy?
I've actually been watching a little bit of. You ever watch Yellowstone?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I have not seen the new season, but I've seen everything leading up to it.
I spend a lot of my spare time doing that. So
great show.
Yeah.
All right, Yellowstone guy.
Yellowstone.
All right, CJ Mayhew joining us. CJ, talked to a couple of your teammates, and you don't know a lot about Bryant to this point. When do you start kind of looking at them? Is that something you do later on this week?
I usually leave it up to the coaches to do that. I don't think I've ever looked up a team or looked up the players or what their numbers are.
So that the coaches just kind of instill it in you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have a team meet or a pitchers meeting before the games. We'll be like, all right, here's the guy that, if he's up and there's a base open, don't give him a cookie or nothing like that. So there'll be them guys that, they'll give you a number to watch out for, and then obviously when I'm pitching, I usually forget about it, so I'm just
just go back to what you do.
Yeah, there was a couple times last year I'd look over there and they'd be like, "Hey, pitch smart. This guy, he's pretty dangerous," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. You're telling me to walk this? No,
not happening.
No."
How do you like how it's changed with the call coming in? I guess are they doing the earpiece now, coach to catcher? Is that right?
Yeah.
And then, does it matter to you whether you got the finger signals or the wristband? Do you care?
No, I don't care. But obviously having the earpiece for the catcher, it makes it it kind of speeds the game up a little bit. So.
And I guess you don't want anybody to steal the signs and all that.
Yeah, and it's actually easier for the catchers and the pitchers to actually because we don't really have to know a set sign. So. it's just they give them the sign in the ear and they'll just throw it down to us.
Good stuff. CJ, how much have you enjoyed playing in front of the Pirate Nation? You really got a taste of it, I guess, in the regional, right?
Yeah.
Was that maybe for the first time to see it like that? But how much does that amp you up when everybody's in there screaming?
It's actually awesome. I still remember it was my freshman year. I think we was playing. I think it was Ole Miss in the LeClaire Classic, and I was in the bullpen. I'm looking in the bullpen. Obviously, I'm just looking around. Like there's fans surrounding the bullpen. I'm like, good. There's a lot of people here. And then I get on the mound. And it's kind of like I hear all these fans chanting and stuff. And I'm like, I honestly had to. When I threw my last mower pitch, I honestly had to take a deep breath and just look around and just kind of soak it all in because I've never played in front of that many people.
Yeah. You get used to it? Does it kind of go away after you're out there for a little while?
Yeah. I've actually had a lot of people ask me like, you get nervous like when you're playing in front of 5,000? I'm like, honestly, I don't know how many people's there. Like when I'm actually pitching, like it's just like a tunnel vision.
Who are some of the younger pitchers, CJ, that have opened your eye that maybe we haven't seen yet? Some of the younger guys on the staff. Anybody come to mind?
Yeah, Jake Hunter. He's
hearing that name.
Yeah, he's been lights out this fall, and he just fills his zone up. He's got multiple pitches. He can throw them. Basically in any count. And then you got Trey Savage. He's a big old guy. He's got a good arm on him. So excited to see him pitch. And then actually Eric Ritchie is a good arm, and Merritt Beaker. The freshman this year, there's some talent. There's some real talent in there.
And you lose guys like Gavin on the front end, but on the back end, Bridges, Colmore, that were really leaders and huge guys out of the bullpen. But I've heard Cliff Godwin say that this might be the deepest you've been as far as pitching goes. So got some returners, but the young guys are going to have to step up too, right?
Yeah, they're going to have to step up. As from when they first got here to now, like it's a tremendous growth. They've changed a whole lot, and it's not just in baseball. It's like the way they handle their business and stuff, like on and off the field. They've grew up a lot.
Cliff Godwin always talks about competing, how you guys compete at practice, compete on the field against an opponent, even in the classroom.
Yeah.
And according to your bio here, CJ, 5-time ECU Director of Athletics honor roll, 2-time American Athletic Conference All-Academic Team. So you're killing the dudes in the classroom, man. Way to go.
I honestly didn't even know that.
But he makes that important, right? Like, hey, if you guys aren't getting the grades, you're not going to be on this team. So
it's actually coming in, I was like, man, this guy wants us to get good grades and all this. But now I kind of see where he's coming from. If you can put your mind to it in the classroom, then on the field it should be easy.
Criminal justice major, so you're going to have your baseball career. And what do you want to do after that? Mm-hmm. Anything in mind yet?
Actually, I'm doing an internship after this season with my police department back home, and so
awesome.
Obviously, like I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but something in that field.
A lot of baseball between now and then.
Yeah.
For CJ Mayhew joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. CJ, what are your final thoughts as you head into this season? What kind of year are you expecting for the Pirates?
Oh, I'm expecting a big year for us. Like Coach said, it's probably the most talented team we've had. So there should be a lot of big things coming.
Looking forward to it. CJ, thanks for joining us, man, and we will talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Good luck. CJ Mayhew joining us. Bryant and East Carolina going at it Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We'll take a timeout, come back, talk a little Pirate baseball, ECU football, Super Bowl, and more with Double B Brian Bailey. That's on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Pirate Radio.
P-I-R-A-T-E-S.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. And they are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Shirley, I have an update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Buck.
Buck.
Our old, thanks. Our old friends.
Well, Chandler's not here,
Yeah,
so.
you got to fill in. Our old buddies from the CAA are playing some Monday afternoon post-Super Bowl basketball. UNCW, who has had a great year this year, up 31-27 on William and Mary.
There you go.
Big one coming up at 5. Try not to get excited, but the Bonnies got a big win on Friday. They got the rematch against St. Louis coming up.
The Billikens.
5 o'clock. Billikens and Bonnies. What a weird mascot matchup. But that's at 5 o'clock, so we'll keep an eye on that one during the show.
What's the line on that?
Bonnies by a bucket, by 2. So we shall see.
Interesting.
All right, joining us now on the Pirate Radio Live line is Double B Brian Bailey. We got Bailey. So our guests today are Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhue, Ryder Giles, Bryson Worrell, Carson Whisenhunt, and Brian Bailey, the best of the athletes we could find. Bailey, how about your baseball days? We've heard about your football playing days. Did you do some damage on the baseball field growing up?
The damage is a good way to put it. It's a very good way to put it. Now, it's hard to believe, but I wasn't very fleet of foot.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So what were you, a first baseman like me? They put the slow kid at first?
Yeah, slow kid at first or third. I played a lot of third.
Hot corner.
And we played in college and stuff. Out of high school, we played softball, men's softball and stuff. And I played a hot corner, but my arm was so weak. It was funny because I get the ball hit to me, then I throw it across the diamond, and it was like I never didn't get anybody out, but it was always like the whole infield was like holding their breath, and the ball would just barely beat the runner there. The umpire would have to, the umpires always hated me because they're like, man, you always make it so close. Everybody's yelling at us, but
a lot of bang plays over at first with Bailey on the hot corner there.
That should have been like he's out by 6 feet.
And Bailey, of course, you went on to be the Bobby Knight of softball coaching, right?
Yes, I did. Great Keith LeClaire said that on his eye gaze machine.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. I walked in to visit with him when he was on his eye gaze machine, and it came across in that computer language. Good to see you again, Bobby Knight. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. Brian Bailey joining us. Great to talk to these baseball guys. We got Cliff Godwin coming up at 5 o'clock as we get ready for another Pirate baseball season. And the accolades, they don't mean a lot in the preseason, but there are folks that think this is going to be another good ECU baseball team. And I'm one of those people. Bailey, I'm sure you are as well, right?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I know that there's a lot of work still to be done, and they're not where they want to be. But they have all the talent and all the coaching, and they should. I think they'll be very disappointed with anything less than probably hosting a regional again. And we say that like it's easy to do. It's not easy to do.
Yeah.
But they've got the talent to do it, and they've got a really good program, and that's what good programs do. They do it year in and year out. I'm looking forward. It's kind of, I've said it so many years before, but it's kind of like you cheat spring a little bit because you get to go out and be outside, even though it's cold some days. But hopefully the weather will be good. Saturday and Sunday are looking real good, and Friday's looking better. So.
Great chat with Jeff Palumbo, East Carolina Associate Head Coach, earlier today on the Brian Bailey Show. If you missed it, you can check it out at 6 or watch it right now on Facebook or YouTube. I feel like we've been saying this for 3 years, Bailey, but future head coach somewhere, Jeff Palumbo, right? I mean, he's going to get his head job soon enough.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, if Cliff Godwin decided to move on at some point, Jeff Palumbo would be a great, asset to East Carolina.
Yep.
Or, the other side of that coin is maybe he stays with Cliff because obviously they're a great pair. But he's just really, he's down to earth. And I was going to talk to him about this today, and I had it in my notes and just didn't bring it up. But it's kind of like, you think about a good cop, bad cop type situation. A lot of coaching.
Yep.
That maybe Cliff's the bad cop and he's the good cop. But I'm telling you, I've been around Coach Palumbo, and he will jump on somebody. He has this calm demeanor, but he'll get on you in a heartbeat. And I think Cliff has to play good cop sometimes in a situation like that. So I think it kind of goes either way.
I was shocked when I heard a former player tell me, because I thought the same thing, Bailey, like Godwin tears him down and then Palumbo brings him back up. But he said, wait a minute, man. Palumbo will get on you. Coach P will get on you if you need to be got on. And that was kind of, because every time we've talked to him, he's kind of, I don't know, laid back and easy going, whereas Cliff can be on edge at times. But yeah, apparently Palumbo will get on you.
We were in Florida one year for the tournament, and it was one of those days before the tournament, and the infield drill just wasn't going very well. And so he called them all together, and I mean to tell you now, he just, that infield drill improved immensely quickly.
Maybe Ryder Giles will have some Palumbo stories when he joins us at 4 o'clock. Ryder coming up next right here on Pirate Radio Live. Bailey, the Rams are the Super Bowl champions. What'd you think of the game last night?
I thought it was fun to watch. I thought Cincinnati had a chance. They really did up until the last play. If you watch that last play, I mean, Burrow gets that pass off barely, and I'm not sure who he was, pitching it to, but he had a shot. If he could have caught it and moved up the field, he'd have caught it for the first down, and I think he would have almost gotten into field goal range right there. So I was hoping that was going to happen so we'd have more football, but didn't happen. The Rams, they deserve it. They've basically mortgaged their future to win the Super Bowl, and they got it. It worked. It doesn't always work, but it did this time.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if it's a new trend, but it feels very NBA-ish to me, what the Bucks did last year, what the Rams have done this year. Might be the new style, Bailey, where you got some teams that are building from the bottom, kind of like the Bengals are doing, but you've got these super teams developing in the NFL. Might be a new trend here.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see what happens with the Rams, though, because if they lose some of their free agents and, some of that, their draft is going to be a struggle for a while now.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens, with the Lions if they can take advantage of it.
Yeah, I think the Bucks days are number 2, obviously without Brady, but you got to think Gronk and Sue and all those older guys they brought in. It's going to be the same situation, so they might have a few years of struggling after this Super Bowl success. So it's a long football off season, Bailey, but we do have some Pirate baseball, and I'm getting into college hoops mode. These conference tournaments are going to be awesome this year when you look at the Big 12 and how many good teams there are there, the Big 10, the SEC. I guess the ACC will be fun too, Bailey. You just don't have as many good teams in the ACC this year. I'm shocked that I was talking about this with Brian North. You'll agree because you've seen it over the years. Remember, they used to call it the Les Robinson Invitational, where NC State would go and lose in the tournament and head home. But those were some bad teams. I feel like this state team is better than those teams, but they're at the bottom of the standings and could be the first state team to lose 20 games in a season ever. And it's kind of shocking with some of the talent they have on that roster.
And especially with Kevin Keats, because I think that everybody kind of agrees that he's a heck of a basketball coach, but they've struggled all year long, and I can remember going to ACC tournament games when it's numbers 3, 4, 7, 10, 12, 15 in the country all playing on that quarterfinal Friday.
Yeah,
this is not that year. Duke's been ranked most of the year, but nobody else really has. And I think the ACC tournament will be interesting though because you'll have a lot of teams that are battling to try to make sure they're in the tournament. And, and you got a bunch of them. I think Virginia Tech and Virginia are both listed as next 4 out, or, so they're like 6 or 7 down the road right now as we sit here.
They play tonight, right? Is Virginia Tech tonight?
They play tonight, yes, 7 o'clock. So,
yeah.
Virginia's played better. How about Jaden Gardner named as the ACC Player of the Week this week?
Had a good one against the Dukies last week in Cameron. I saw that.
He did. I was there for that one. And he played well, I watched the Georgia Tech game. He played very well in that game. So, he's really, having some good days with the Cavaliers.
Keep an eye on Chandler Honeycutt's Miami Hurricanes as well. He's got a big future put on those Canes. All right, Double B, looks like the AAC could be trending to a 2-bid league, and that second team would be SMU. If they shoot the way they did in the second half in Minji Saturday, I'm going to say they are a tournament team. They were lights out in that second half.
They're really good. I mean, you could tell just their body size and their body language and just the way they held themselves in that game. And they're a really good basketball team. And when a really good basketball team shoots the ball really well, then you're going to have some problems. I thought, several of the Pirate players really played hard in the game. And Coach Dooley kind of called out some of them and said, if you don't love it, you don't need to play. So I'm not sure where he was directing, that, barb at. But I know that, I thought Tristan Newton played hard the whole way. And I'm not sure where that came from, but I do know that they got outplayed in that second half. And like I said, a good team shoots well, you're in trouble.
Pirates back at it Thursday night against South Florida on the road. Brian Bailey joining us. You hear the Brian Bailey Show if you missed it at noon, coming up at 6 o'clock. Talking to Jeff Palumbo, getting ready for some Pirate baseball. You going to be out there this weekend, Bailey?
Yes, sir. We will be out there Friday afternoon, weather permitting. We'll be out there live at 5:20 and 6:20, and then complete coverage all weekend long. It's the place to go.
Yeah,
Claire Stadium this weekend. That's going to be just I'm just really looking forward to it. I really like getting out in the sunshine again and watching those guys and we're blessed to have such a talented team and with guys that we've we've been around for 2 or 3 years now with the Zach Agnos and Bryson Worrell and some of those guys. I mean, they're good guys to be around. They're great guys to work with, and you really want them to do well, and they usually do.
Brian Bailey joining us. Bailey, we'll see you out at Clark LeClaire this weekend, man.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
All right, there he is, WNCT Channel 9 sports director and host of the Brian Bailey Show. Brian Bailey joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout. When we return, back inside the Players Lounge. We got Bryson Worrell coming up, Carson Whisenhunt, and joining us next, East Carolina shortstop Ryder Giles. That's on the way here on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but, we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Matt Driscoll. Please join us at A.J. Fletcher Music Hall or live stream on February 17th at 7:30 p.m. when Durward Ensemble will be on the campus of East Carolina University presenting works from our upcoming album, Prophetic Revolutions, and a world premiere by ECU alumna and Miss America 2019, Nia Franklin. If you would like to learn more or support our group, go to our website, durwardmusic.com. We look forward to seeing you Thursday, February 17th.
The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night, featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's send it back into the show. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Man, I was about to give you a compliment.
Almost had it.
Great job on the ad read, but did not have my mic on.
Shame.
You just
I was just telling Shirley too. There's always one little part I forget here.
Right, you do something great and then you mess up. But hey, great ad read.
Thanks.
How about now? Not only is Tom Brady going to overshadow Big Ben's enshrinement into Hall of Fame, but Aaron Donald might do it as well.
I've had enough. You don't have to point these things out, but you do anyway.
I thought it was kind of comical.
I'm sure you would think it's comical.
Aaron Donald may retire after the Rams win the Super Bowl last night. All right, welcome back into the show. CJ Schaefer, Chandler Honeycutt, Shirley Rhodes producing. And joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios, back inside the Players Lounge, East Carolina shortstop Ryder Giles is here. Ryder, thanks for hanging out, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Getting ready for another season at shortstop for the Pirates. And Ryder, before you get going, man, I hate that I put stereotypes on people. When I look at you, I do not see baller. Like, I do not see a guy that's going to light it up on the court. But shame on me for assuming, because Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhue, and Carson Whisenhunt said that Ryder Giles is the best basketball player on the baseball team. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, they are smart guys. You know, they we've played basketball a couple of times. Nothing too crazy, but you know, I did get a lot of JJ Redick comparisons out of high school.
Wow.
So.
All right. Did you play in high school?
I did. Yep, I did.
What was how many did you average?
See, my senior year was about 13, but
Okay.
I couldn't keep my ankles. My ankles were big glassy, so I never really played a full season, but you know, I was all right.
Did you play any other sports growing up or in high school outside of baseball, basketball?
I played football up until my freshman year, but I got to high school and I don't know, it was just, I guess, time to hang it up with that one. So, but I played basketball and baseball throughout high school, so.
And you got the Pinehurst hat on. We were talking before. You're relatively close to Pinehurst where you went to high school. So you're a golf guy now?
Yes, big time. My best friend back home, his dad is actually the superintendent at Pinehurst, and his mom is she's like the head of the retail department there. So we go over there and goof around a lot, and it's a nice little getaway. You know what I mean? So. It's a lot of fun.
And baseball is the national pastime. It's a bit of a slower, calm game, yet these crowds at Clark LeClaire get rowdy. Golf kind of looked at it the same way. We were talking off the air. Did you enjoy the scene at the Waste Management Open?
I did.
With the crowd going crazy, throwing stuff on the green. It got wild.
I did. It reminded me a lot of playing with Cooch Maynor and Smitty and all those guys during the summer. Those guys get into it a little bit, but it was a lot of fun to see. I think it's good for the game. But I don't know. That tournament's always really fun to watch. So.
Ryder Giles joining us. Ryder, I'm rocking my Braves World Series champion shirt today. That infield with Riley, Swanson, Ozzie, and Freddie Freeman, they do some damage offensively, obviously, but the defense they play, it keeps you in games. It saves runs, and I can compare that to what you specifically and what you guys do with Coach Godwin and Coach Palumbo on the baseball diamond. And we look at offensive numbers a lot, but defense is huge. How much pride have you taken in that, and do you take in that day to day that nothing's going to get by me at short?
I think it's something that I take a lot of pride in. Freshman year coming in, I obviously didn't start right away, and defense was kind of my way into the lineup, and Coach Godwin actually sat me down and he said, if like you're in there to play defense, whatever offense you can bring is a plus. So that's something that I've always prided myself in, and it's tough to win ball games if you're letting 2-3 runs go by with errors.
Yeah.
So Coach Palumbo works with us, tirelessly every day. I think it's not just me, but all the guys really, really take a lot of pride in our defensive work. And I think 2 years ago, I think we led the country in fielding percentage. So it's definitely something that we take a lot of pride in and work hard at.
Connor Norby out at second base, and look, I don't know if Connor was ever going to win a Gold Glove, but when you hit 450, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But now Agnos, if he slides to second, and then I guess you'd have Alec Makaravich over at third. That's another solid defensive infield for you guys this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Norbs and I kind of joked sometimes whenever he would botch a ball over there, to just drive in more than you let up.
Right, yeah.
Which he obviously did. So, but yeah, Zach, Amac, whoever you can put in there, they're going to be ready to go. And, I think the infield's going to be pretty solid all the way around.
How about offensively, Ryder? Obviously, you want to see those numbers raise up. So what have you done this offseason on that side to get better hitting?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year was obviously a struggle for me offensively, but I really tried to, not focus on that. I tried to focus on how I could help the team win regardless of offensive numbers. And then this summer, Coach G and I kind of worked on, we kind of took a step back and was like, all right, well, like, how can we make this easier? So we kind of switched some things up. I went to no stride, which is what we do with 2 strikes. But I went to that for every at bat, and that's really helped me a lot. I had a pretty good fall in this spring, seeing it well. Also, it's kind of funny. I also got contacts over Christmas break, so it's kind of funny. It's hard to hit when you can't see. So,
like Jameis Winston, you can see now.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's crazy what you can do when you can see the ball. But that's really helped. And no stride, just focus on seeing the ball, making hard contact. That's really helped me a lot.
Man, I just saw this on your profile on ECUPirates.com. Played in all 61. That's obvious, but 61 games. That's a lot of games, right?
Yeah.
Did you do anything baseball-wise over the summer? Did you play?
I didn't play summer ball. Okay. I stayed back with there were a couple older guys. So we stayed back with the incoming freshmen and worked out with D-Ray and worked the kids camps and all that good stuff.
61 games is probably enough for 1 year.
Yeah, that was a nice little break to.
And now do you look at yourself as an elder statesman on this team? Like one of the leaders, one of the guys that these young guys can go to and talk to?
I do. It's kind of funny. Like, I think about like my time here, and Turner Brown was such a guy that was a big part of me and the player I am today. He had a big impact on me, not only on the field but off the field as well. And that's something that I've tried to take with and give back to the younger guys, just like he did for me. So,
Ryder Giles joining us. Ryder, what do you want to do once your baseball playing career is done? Have you got that far yet? I know the whole team is very one day at a time, but have you thought about once you hang up the cleats, what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, so I've kind of bounced a couple things. One of my mom's really good friends, she's in the pharmaceutical sales. She does that, so I've kind of talked to her about that a little bit. That kind of interests me. I've talked to Coach Godwin about maybe getting into coaching, which is something that I think I'd be pretty good at. I don't see myself sitting behind a desk from 8 to 5. I don't know that I could do that. So I think coaching or getting out on the road, traveling, doing something like that.
Good deal. We are talking to Ryder Giles today inside the Pirate Radio studios. Ryder, as an elder statesman, who are some of the freshmen we have not seen on the field yet that Pirate fans are going to be excited to see this season? Anybody come to mind?
Yeah, there's a couple. Jake Hunter's one that really stands out. Keep
hearing his name first.
Yeah, he pitched yesterday, and man, he just, every time he steps out there, he doesn't look like a freshman. So I'm excited to see what he's got in store. Jacob Jenkins Cowart's another one. I kind of talked about him on media day. He's just not scared about anything. He just goes out and attacks everything he does. Merritt Beaker and Trey Savage are two other pitchers that I'm really excited to see.
Will we see Ryder Giles, the pitcher, back in 2022?
I think so. Yep, I'll be out there lighting the radar gun up.
Hey, it's a little change of pace, right?
That's right.
How much? I don't know. How much did you pitch in high school? Were you one of the regular starters then, or?
So I didn't really start much. You know, in high school you kind of have. I don't know. It seems like everybody pitches in high school, but I came in towards the back end of the games mostly. But
so kind of like you do now at times.
Sort of.
All right. Anything you've added to your pitching repertoire? Did you find a 98 mile per hour fastball this offseason?
I actually did. No.
That would be awesome.
AK and I kind of worked on a couple things. Slid over to the other side of the rubber, tried to drop my arm slide a little bit farther, just add some more deception, but nothing too crazy. I try not to spend too much time doing that. So,
Ryder, I've asked the guys this, and I guess you could use two different songs if you wanted to, with a walk-up song and a warm-up song on the mound. But how important is that decision to lock in your walk-up music for the year? Is that something you think about a lot?
It's funny. we probably go through about 4 or 5 walk-up songs. In October you'll have one, you're like, man, I'm doing this, and then December rolls around, new song comes out, and you're like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
So it's never what you think it is, but yeah, it is big. It's something that the guys usually get excited for right around the season. So
the fans love it. No spoilers. Were you country in the past?
I did do country last year. I did more than Wallen. Yep, I kind of had the mullet going on.
Makes sense.
Yep.
So are you same genre this year or something?
I switched it up a little bit.
Okay.
Switched it up a little bit different genre. So
check it out coming up Friday against Bryant. Ryder Giles will be back at shortstop for the Pirates for another year. Ryder, who are your favorite shortstops to watch in big league baseball? You got anybody you like to watch?
Yeah, Brandon Crawford's he's my guy. I've been a Giants fan. Buster Posey was actually my favorite player when he was at Florida State. And then when he went to the Giants, I started watching them. Brandon Crawford, just watching him play defense it doesn't get old. So there's a couple videos on Twitter and stuff of him doing some trick stuff, but he's fun to watch.
So you're young, but you've seen a couple of World Series from them, right?
Yep.
12 and 14.
Yeah, my dad and I actually went to Game 4 in Detroit in 2012.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was the only Giants fan, and I was probably 12 years old, and had all these 40-year-old guys talking junk to me. So that was fun. But yes, him. I do like Dansby Swanson. He's fun to watch too. My roommate Hoover. He's a passionate Braves fan. So
we got to get Lane on to talk Braves baseball and Hornets hoops sometime. I heard. Yeah,
he's very passionate. Very passionate.
That's what we like around here. Speaking of fans talking junk, and there's a lot of great Pirate fans out there, but we love our jungle, our left field megaphones. How much fun is that, Ryder, to be a part of that family and just the opposing team? They're going to come in and be like, man, what have I walked into?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad I'm on the Pirates. It's cool to see, some of the guys kind of have fun with them. Some get upset, which makes it worse on them.
Right. I understand that if the left fielder out there just kind of takes it and has a good attitude about it, they might ease up on them.
Yeah. There was a video from the regional from my freshman year. One of the guys from Quinnipiac was out there dapping them all up after the series, and then of course the Tulane guy who was trying to badmouth them out there, and they just kind of let them have it even worse. So they have a good time out there, and we definitely feed off that energy.
Makes it fun, right?
It does. It really does. Yeah.
Did you guys get together or do anything for the Super Bowl last night?
We not really. I hate to say this, but I was doing accounting homework for most of it.
Wow, look at this guy.
Yeah, not my most favorite thing to do, but we did have a good time.
7-time ECU Director of Athletics honor roll. So that's even more than CJ. And a 3-time American Athletic Conference all academic team member. So you're killing it in the classroom. Talked to CJ about it, and he was like, when he showed up, and he was like, man, this Godwin wants me to do good in the class. But he said now he gets it, and obviously you've gotten it from day one, it looks like.
Yeah, well, I got to shout out my mom on that one. She was a high school math teacher, and so she was on me about it. If I didn't do good in school, I couldn't play.
There you go.
Sports. So that's kind of something that's been instilled in me from a young age. And then obviously, you know how much Coach G takes pride in our academics. So that's definitely something that's continued.
Ryder, how about hobbies wise? We've talked golf. What are you playing games? You watching stuff on TV? Like what are your hobbies outside of baseball?
Definitely golf. Lane and I we play Fortnite a lot whenever we get some downtime. I don't know. I enjoy going fishing back home. I actually haven't been. I think I've been a couple times here with Bryson, but golf, video games, just hanging out. Yellowstone, we've been watching that a lot, which is pretty crazy if you haven't seen that.
Yeah, was that CJ that mentioned that, or it was CJ.
Yeah,
I believe. I haven't seen the new season. I've seen everything up to the new season.
Yeah,
so, great show.
Very good.
Was it last year? Help me out with my years, Ryder, when Lane suffered his injury, the collision.
Yeah,
that was last year.
Yep.
Did you live with him then?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. Yep. He moved in with me. This past summer.
We had Chris Holba years ago. That was before your time, or were you on that team?
But he was before me.
Yeah, got hit pitching in Houston, I remember, suffered it. And then last year, that injury by Hoover, it was awesome that he came back and had that clutch hit and was the hero in one of those regional games. But what a warrior he is to come back from that. And I know you guys, we give credit. Zach Womack does a great job
he does,
with you guys. But especially when you play 61 games, Ryder, and you're already talking about your basketball foot from high school. I'm sure you've been, you haven't played, how many games have you played where you're like, hey, I'm 100% healthy today? Does that happen a lot? I would think no, right?
You can probably count them on one hand.
One of those things, though.
Yeah, you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to, get what you need in. Everybody's different, so you kind of got to figure that out and, just kind of know you're not going to be 100% every single day and just work with what you got.
Got Bryant coming up. It's kind of interesting to ask you guys, so what do you know about Bryant? Zach says he doesn't know anything. CJ and Carson, from a pitching standpoint, say, well, the coaches take care of that. Let us know what to watch out for. Mm-hmm. So, as far as you guys doing any scouting, are you the same way? You don't really look at them until they get here kind of thing?
No, I mean... Yeah, the coaches do. They kind of get everything ready for us. I remember when I was in high school, when ECU won the regional at Virginia, they played Bryant there, and they were obviously a very good program. So we know they're going to be good, and they're gonna come in wanting to beat us. So I don't really know much about them, but we know that they're going to come in ready to go.
And should be some good crowds. Looks like, and maybe rain in the forecast Friday, but as far as temperatures go, maybe the best start of a season I can remember. It seems like every time baseball rolls around, Ryder, that's when the snow and ice and sleet comes, as you know. So how brutal are those games? Are you able what's the difference between a game like that and then a game in June? How much tougher is it?
There's definitely a difference, I think the crowd is one thing.
Sure.
There's more people. Everybody's going to want to come when it's sunny and 80 degrees rather than 35 and rain. But, you got to keep yourself going. I try to keep my hand in my back pocket with a hand warmer, keep my fingers loose, jumping around, talking to Zach, talking to Norby last year, whoever it is, riding the bike in between innings, stuff like that. But it's definitely a lot tougher than, the 80 degrees and sunny games.
We were talking one day about gear, like the start of baseball season, Little League, how much fun it was to go get new gear and stuff. It was also cool, though. I remember my last glove I had. I played up till freshman in high school. My Wilson A2000, and it had just been worn in. So how many gloves have you gone through? Do you go one a year? Do you try to keep one over time? How's that work for a shortstop?
Yeah, it's, infielders are weird. They like to, find one and then let it ride as long as it'll go. I got one my sophomore year, and that's the one I'm still using now. The one we got this year, I'm still getting it broken in. It's not quite ready. So, but it's weird. Infielders, if you touch their gloves without them saying you can, they tend to freak out and never react. So
I would never ask another man like yourself to even see his gloves.
Yeah.
That's your business.
That's right.
I like it, though. I like it's kind of falling apart, but it becomes part of your hand, right?
Yeah, it's a little crusty, and it's starting to crack. And
probably stinks.
It probably does not smell very good. You can smell it if you want to. But.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe bring it in one Monday. I'll take a whiff of it. Ryder, thanks for hanging out, man. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next Monday.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff. There's Ryder Giles joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios when we return. Ryder, the best basketball player on the team, according to some. I got to imagine Bryson Worrell's the best athlete on the team. We'll talk about his athletic exploits and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Bryson Worrell joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios right after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, D&D Advertising has the new 2022 baseball schedules ready, and you can pick them up at these fine business locations: Phoenix Sign Pros, Avery Plumbing, Postal Annex of Greenville Auto Repair Center, Bowman Padgett and Associates, ENC Roofing, McGregor Downs Health and Rehab Center, Stowe's Vegetation Experts, Billy's Tree Service, JTG Professional Window Tint, Crawl Space Pro, Club Pilates, Jolly's Pawn, Vestique Clothing and Accessories Boutique, Herc Reynolds, Jennifer Schaefer Coldwell Banker, Blackbeard Cigars, Uptown Brewing Company, or the Bodega and Cafe. Please patronize these fine businesses as they are an asset to the community. D&D Advertising Enterprises is not licensed, affiliated with, or endorsed by any university, sports institution, or program unless specifically stated in writing. No proceeds from any of the funds collected for your ad will be given to any educational institution or sports team. We are not responsible for any schedule changes made after printing.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
This is Zach Agnos, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. David Price Construction, the proud ECU home services partner. Call them today at 919-292-5532 or visit them online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Now let's head back into the show. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All righty. And the mic's on. Well done, CJ Schaefer.
I got you this time.
Well done. Chandler Honeycutt. Shirley Rhodes here somewhere. She's babysitting the boys today in Studio B. We are enjoying our time with the East Carolina baseball players inside the Players Lounge. Already talked to Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhew, Ryder Giles. Had a conversation with Carson Whisenhunt earlier today. We'll air that in just a moment. But right now, joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios is East Carolina outfielder Bryson Worrell. Bryson, welcome in. How you doing, man?
Doing great. Appreciate y'all having me in. Excited to be here.
Yes, sir. And looking forward to some baseball coming up this weekend. It'll be the Pirates taking on Bryant. Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Clark LeClaire Stadium. First things first, Bryson, I was telling you that Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhew, and Carson Whisenhunt all said that Ryder Giles was the best basketball player on the ECU baseball team. You said that you might have an argument for that. What's up?
I will say first, I've never seen Ryder play before.
Okay.
So I can't really compare him, but my roommate Ben Newton, I've seen his highlight tape on Huddle, and he can shoot some threes.
Okay,
he can make it rain from long range.
Ben Newton has a vote here. So, how about you, Bryson? We've talked about it, and I think everybody has. You look like the ultimate athlete, and we've seen how far you can hit a baseball, how fast you get around the bases, how fast you can cover ground in the outfield. So, what all did you do growing up and in high school, sports wise? What did you play?
In high school, my first 2 years, I played baseball and football. I broke my ankle summer of going into my junior year playing baseball. I stepped on the first baseman's foot, running the first. So I had surgery, missed my junior year of football, missed baseball the whole year. And going into my senior year, I wanted to play football. And I was going to the summer practices. And about 2 weeks in, I got a phone call from Coach G. He was like, Bryson, I know you want to play football, but sorry, buddy. I need you to play baseball this fall. So that was the end of my football career from there.
There you go. Decided to stick to baseball. I'm looking at your profile here on ECPirates.com. This called my Big East Pitcher of the Year. So you were doing it on the mound there, Bryson?
Yeah, I was definitely more of a mound presence my senior year than a hitter. But yeah, I had a good run there as a pitcher, but no thought of that coming into college.
How much, Bryson, have you grown up, changed? You're looked at as one of the leaders, the elder statesman now on the baseball team. So what has that journey been like from you, a young guy coming from Whisenhunt to where you are today?
Yeah, it hasn't been easy. I think that's for every guy that's been here for more than a couple years. Everyone's grown up so much, but you can say for my freshman year, I only had 50 at-bats. Completely changed who I was as a person. I've got much bigger, much faster since my first year. And I guess coming into my fifth year, stepping in that role as a leader.
Started 58 of 59 games. Talked to Ryder a moment ago. I think he played in 61 games. That's a lot of baseball.
That is, yeah.
Bryson, and how's the body holding up at this point in your career?
We've been through a lot of mission week, so that's taking its toll. I'm just kidding, but no, it's good right now. I know I had a few injuries last year that kept me out of a few games, but right now I'm in a good state, so I'm ready to go.
Mention the mission weeks and the things you guys, the Purple Gold World Series, how important the off-season fall is for you guys. Well, what's that like? Describe that to us, the off-season for a Pirate baseball player.
It's challenging for sure, but I think it's really important for us. I mean, obviously, it's tough physically, but I think it helps you grow as that team. I mean, you create a lot of team chemistry when you go through that shared adversity, and I just think that's really important for us to grow as a team.
You can definitely tell when you watch you guys that you are as one, as a team, but also it extends to the baseball parents, the fans in the stands, the jungle, like the whole atmosphere, Bryson. It's got to be pretty cool to be a part of that overall Pirate family.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, when you run out there at opening day and you got 5,000 fans screaming at you, yelling, I mean, it's awesome, especially like last year in the regional. Running out there, that Charlotte game was absolutely insane. I mean, have you seen the videos? I think actually my sophomore year regional was probably a crazier environment just because we had that incredible comeback, losing the first game, and then playing that doubleheader against Campbell. I mean, that was a crazy environment.
Agnos against State. What was that? Like Sunday morning?
I think it was just Saturday morning.
Yeah. And
that was insane.
That was a fun one, and I mean, look, you've been blessed, almost lucky, in which you make your own luck, but you don't get to host those things every year, so you can't take them for granted. But you've been a part of some really good teams here, and that's got to motivate you to do it again, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I've been a part of some great teams. I mean, freshman year, we won the conference championship, hosted a regional. Sophomore year, win a regional, win the conference regular season, go to a super, than what we did last year, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, we want to repeat. I mean, obviously, we haven't reached the ultimate goal of what we wanted to reach, but as long as we put the hard work in, I think we'll get there.
And you've been a part of two different Agnoses, both in their own unique ways, right?
That's right, yeah.
There's some interesting guys.
Yeah, for sure. When you look at Jake and Zach, I mean, like, they're brothers, but, I mean, it's two pretty different individuals.
Enjoyed talking to Zach earlier. Like I said, he could talk to just about anyone or anything.
Yeah, he can.
And Jake's a funny dude, too. Bryson Worrell joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studio. So you get to play out in front of your fans at Clark LeClaire, and the megaphones are not that far from you. Have you ever experienced anything like that on the road, Bryson, where fans have gotten on you? Like, what's the rowdiest fan environment you've played in on the road?
I think Ole Miss, my sophomore year. I mean, it was only a midweek game, and it was probably 34 degrees outside, but they definitely had some fans out there that were chirping us during the game.
They do the like after a home run, everybody throws beer. Yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
They get after it down there, but man, I'm sure you're glad you don't have to face the megaphones, though, right? You're glad they're on your side.
Yeah, definitely. As a friendly player, I'm glad I don't have to face that.
They might give you a hard time out there. Bryson Worrell joining us. So, Bryson, how about let's go offensively. What did you work on? What did you try to fine-tune this offseason to improve your offensive numbers for 2022?
The biggest thing I worked on personally was just making more consistent contact. I spent a lot of time this offseason, this winter, working on that, and in the short amount of time that we've had scrimmages this spring, I think the work that I put in has paid off. I think I've had the least amount of strikeouts in a spring scrimmage setting that I've ever had. So, yeah, it's good to see that hard work paying off.
9 stolen bases last year. Do you look at your numbers and say, okay, I want this to be, 15 this year, anything like that? Or
not really. I mean, I kind of have like a home run goal in my head, but as far as the other stats, I really don't have a goal.
What's the home run goal?
15.
All right, let's get there. 9 last year, looking to make that 15 in 2022. And I don't know, you don't want to like label yourself, put yourself in a box, but would you consider yourself a power hitter, contact hitter? What kind of hitter are you?
Yeah, I consider myself a power hitter. I mean, obviously I still have some speed, but I think I'm definitely more of a power hitter.
This is easier to track in the majors, but could you even estimate the longest home run you've hit? I mean, you've hit some freaking bombs.
I think the one I hit in the regional my sophomore year against Quinnipiac, that's probably the furthest one I've hit, but I'm not quite sure how far I went.
Did that one make it out onto the road?
No, that hit someone's windshield. They were parked against the back fence and it hit their windshield and busted, and there was some funny pictures from that.
Oh, did you sign the ball?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. That's pretty awesome. All right, Bryson Worrell joining us. Well, Bryson, I don't know, final thoughts heading into the season. What are the goals for the team this year?
We kind of have our own team goals already set. I mean, we have like win 40-plus games in a season. We have win the conference regular season, host a regional, host a super regional. I mean, and the ultimate goal, I guess, for every team would be to win the College World Series. So.
And they're all lofty goals, but very attainable too, right?
I think actually since the last 2 years, not counting the COVID year, we've reached most of those goals besides hosting the Super and obviously winning the College World Series.
And Bryson, we'll recap series, look ahead, and get into a lot of baseball stuff these next few chats. But while we don't have a game to recap, to get you to know you a little bit, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do away from the diamond?
I do like fishing, but I can't really do that much right now. So I like playing video games with some of the boys. Just hanging out, spending some time with them.
It's a great family atmosphere, and shows on the field. I think you don't necessarily have to like your teammates, but it certainly helps, right?
No,
it certainly helps. And it's led to a lot of winning for you guys. Well, Bryson, thanks for hanging out with us today, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, we will talk more to Bryson Worrell and his teammates coming up next Monday on the Players Lounge. Earlier today, we caught up with Carson Whisenhunt, East Carolina lefty. We'll hear that when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. We are back with you right after these words.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
If you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems, professional cleaning of your air ducts can help. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 other viruses, including the coronavirus. And if you get your house ductwork cleaned now, you'll receive a free dryer vent cleaning valued at $150. Carolina Quality Air, family owned and operated right here in Winterville, and the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. Visit them online today at carolinaqualityair.com.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville is the perfect place to get all your amigos together for some Mexican food, fun, and football. Chico's has been a game day tradition for Pirate football fans for over 30 years. Whether the game is home or away, make it a Chico's Day for some great specials and the best chips and salsa in town. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Go Pirates!
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Pirate Radio.
It's great to be on. This is an honor. You know, Pirate Radio is kind of a cult following around North Carolina, so I'm excited.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Do you have real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for rental houses? ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX and SD Harris Properties can help answer every question you have and show you a stress-free real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. If you have real estate questions, Scott has answers. Call Scott Harris today at 347-1857. Now let's send it back in to your host, Clip Brock.
All right, really enjoyed talking to the players on the Pirate baseball team that will get underway Friday against Bryant at 4 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhue, Ryder, Giles, Bryson Worrell, and we'll wrap it up on this Monday inside the Players Lounge with Carson Whisenhunt. He dropped by the Pirate Radio studios earlier today. We'll hear from his head coach coming up at 5 o'clock, Cliff Godwin. But to wrap it up inside the Players Lounge, here's my chat with Carson Whisenhunt. All right, inside the Players Lounge here with East Carolina pitcher Carson Whisenhunt. He joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. Carson, great to have you here, man. How you doing?
Good. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, and Carson getting ready for another big year of East Carolina baseball, and I guess Friday night guy. Has that been determined? So I don't know. Does the mentality change at all there when you're the Friday night guy?
I mean, not really. We're just kind of taking it day by day. I mean, everybody's got to act like the Friday guy. We want all of our pitchers to have the same mindset of go out there, compete, and just to fill up the zone and attack.
What do you do pregame to, I don't know, get mentally ready to go face a good team on a big Friday night game? Is there anything you do differently to try to lock in, or is it the same as a practice, throwing bullpen?
I try to stay pretty even key all the way through. Try to keep the same mindset for bullpens and game situations. I want to stay consistent in everything I'm doing and not change too much. Just that way I can stay focused and not make the moment any bigger than it is.
Of course, I always like to ask you pitchers, do you ever miss picking up a bat?
I get this question a lot. Honestly, no. I thought I would. But for me, pitching's kind of my go-to. I've always loved it, and I had more of a passion for it than hitting, but I just hit because I could. But no, I don't miss it too much.
As the lefty, I guess they could put you in the outfield, put you at first, but not going to play a lot of middle infield, corner infield position. So did you play anything other than pitcher growing up?
Growing up, I was a outfielder and first baseman. I did get to play shortstop one time.
Okay. I love a good left-handed shortstop.
Yeah, it was a one-time deal, though. They said can't do that anymore. But, just mostly first base and outfield.
Carson, new pitching coach, but familiar face, familiar voice, so that's probably a good thing. How about going from Jason Dietrich to Austin Knight as a pitching coach? Does that change anything for you and the pitchers?
Not too much. He's trying to keep the same kind of attack plan for everybody. The only thing was good for us was he knew all the older guys. He just had to learn the freshmen that came in. So he kind of knew what it took for the older guys to be prepared and what we needed to work on. And then he could just spend most of his time working with the new guys because we knew what we had to do every day, coming to the field, show up, and just compete and continue to get better.
How about this offseason, Carson? What did you work on, whether it be, velocity, adding a new pitch or two? What did you kind of try to fine-tune this offseason?
Mostly this offseason I worked on getting stronger in the weight room, and then I added a new pitch, which is it's a slider. Trying to find something to I can throw in any count to righties or lefties. Just give me an extra weapon for them to think about.
What's your arsenal look like right now as far as pitches go?
Right now, it's going to be fastball, changeup, curveball, and slider.
Okay. Carson Whisenhunt joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Carson, who are some of the guys you like to look at the major league level? Either you enjoy watching them or you try to take some things they do and add it to your game. Who do you like watching?
My go-to guy to watch would have to be Kershaw.
Yeah.
I've watched him pretty much all my life growing up. Kind of once I really got into pitching, he was a guy I watched just for his mentality and the way he attacks the game and the way he attacks hitters. I mean, he doesn't have the best stuff anymore, but he uses what he has and he still finds a way to make it work.
Yeah, and finally got that ring too a couple of years ago. And everybody's got their own wind-up delivery. It's unique. His looks kind of funky, although I think everything you left-handed guys do looks funky. I think that's it. But how about your wind-up, your delivery? How much have you changed that over the years? Have you tried to keep it consistent? How about that?
I try to keep most of my mechanics and everything the same. Try not to change too much. There's a few little things that you'll change up every couple of years or whatever, or over time. But for me, I want to stay pretty consistent and keep the same thing. That way I'm always very comfortable with what I'm doing and not really worried about any of those while I'm out there on the field.
We saw Kershaw at the Super Bowl last night. He was buddies, old teammates with Matt Stafford. What other sports did you play growing up or in high school?
Growing up, I played football and basketball as well.
Got some size on you. Probably
a little bit
good on the court.
A little bit. I wasn't too bad. If you ask me to play now, probably not the best player ever. But growing up, I just wanted to be able to do what I wanted to, and I enjoyed playing football, basketball, and baseball. But once I got into high school, I kind of realized what I wanted to do, and baseball was that. So I kind of stuck with just baseball, high school and on.
What position did you play in football?
Quarterback.
Okay. Slinging it around. How about who is the best basketball player on the ECU baseball team?
Wow. I'd have to give that to Ryder Giles.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of gritty?
He is. He
got a good J?
He does. He used to play. I haven't been on the court in a good while, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard and kind of seen over time, he wasn't too bad.
There's an expectation, I guess, from Cliff Godwin that you guys don't do any dumb stuff outside of baseball. But, is playing basketball one of those? Hey, guys, stay off the court?
Yeah, basketball and snowboarding and skiing are the three that are off limits.
Yeah, those can really mess up the legs. I understand.
Can.
So, all right, good stuff. And how about being a part of that? I love talking to guys that have been around a couple of years and what they thought about the program and Cliff Godwin when they got here to where they are now. A lot of guys say when they came in, it was like, man, I don't know if I can survive this stuff. But how about now, Carson? How much have you grown in your few years here at East Carolina, and how much different is it now, working with Cliff, learning from Cliff than it was when you first got here?
It's a lot different now. A lot of it's mentally, just being able to grow up and kind of understand that the coaches are there to help you. They're going to get on to you, and like everybody says, your freshman year, wow, I just got to find a way to survive through this. A lot of guys, it's mentally draining every day, showing up. You have to be consistent in what you do, and that's the thing that I've kind of turned around, is being able to show up every day with the same goal in mind of what I want to accomplish. I have a goal before I leave my house of what I want to do at practice and what I want to work on, and I feel like that gives me the structure I need for the day.
Did you always have that, or is that something you kind of learned over time?
That's one of the things I kind of learned over time. Freshman year, I didn't have a plan before I left to go to the field. It was just kind of show up and do whatever coach said and what was on the practice plan.
Right.
Last year is when I kind of realized having a goal for each day before I leave my house of what I want to get done and what I want to work on. And I feel like that helped me through the fall and into season. And then that's something I took when I took the fall off this year from throwing. Just being able to work on having a goal of, it's not throwing, but I can go to the field and help the younger guys on what I know and what they need to work on, and even for me going to the weight room, what I can get better at and what I can constantly do to improve my goals and improve myself to get to those goals.
Carson Whisenhunt joining us. Carson, I'm not going to read your preseason accolades, not because they're not important, but just because they're so long. The list is so long. This is called Rat Poison by Coach Godwin, but it's nice to be recognized, but I mean, you know that it doesn't really matter preseason, right?
No doubt. Preseason doesn't mean anything. You don't win a championship preseason. Everybody can say what they want to. Yeah, it's cool to have your name out there with all these accolades or whatever, but the only thing that really matters is showing up every game and being able to produce for your team and helping your team achieve the goals that y'all want to.
Carson Whisenhunt joining us. How excited are you about this pitching staff? We got a lot of familiar faces, and I'm excited to see some of the new guys. So what do you think about the staff as a whole?
I think this is probably the deepest our pitching staff's been. It's very exciting to see, like, even the young guys. Like, I know what the older guys can do. They've proven it time and time again. Like, we have the starters this fall, and even the couple scrimmages we've done this spring have been unbelievable. And then the relievers, like, they were all getting better and still working on stuff, but it's like we've come so far already. Like, I want to see what we can do against another team, because the way everybody's going about their business right now is just unbelievable, and it's given a lot of hope and a lot of success over the time for these guys, especially the new guys. Like Coach Knight's worked very hard with these guys, and they've put in a lot of time and effort on what they want to get out of what they're doing, and I feel like they're starting to get the success they want to, but they have to continue to work and get better if they want to keep to improve.
A great catcher can make a great pitcher as well. So how about Newton, those guys behind the plate?
Yeah, no
this year
doubt.
For you.
Ben Newton, Justin Wilcoxon, Ryan Mccrystal, and Aiden Edwards. Like, we got 4 really good catchers. Don't know which one's going to be behind the plate Friday night. It's all up to Coach on that one. But
he likes to switch the lineups anyway. You'll never lock down the lineup.
No. I mean, the lineup you have on Friday night will not be the same even 4 games into the year.
Exactly.
I mean, something's going to change. It always does. But, I mean, working with those guys, like, they learn us and we learn them. So it's a good pitcher-catcher connection. And for each guy to understand what the catcher's going to do from the pitching side and what the catchers can understand what the pitchers do, it makes it a lot easier for us to have trust in them and them to trust us.
Well, you didn't have to face Cadell, Franny, Norby in the fall or in the scrimmages. So who's the toughest guy to face on this lineup, in this lineup now, currently?
Right now, the toughest guy for me has been probably Hoover and Agnos.
Agnos because he won't swing at anything and take a walk.
He's actually he's gotten a couple hits off me so far.
Okay,
he's kind of turned it around. He's done very well, and so has Hoover. Hoover's one of those guys that I don't think I've gotten out since I've been here. I've either walked him or he's gotten a hit.
He's a lefty, right? He's not okay.
I don't know what it is about him, but I can't seem to get him out.
Do you, I don't know, I've looked over your splits and everything, but success against lefties versus righties, is that a thing for you? Like, I want to dominate all lefties, or do you just look at each batter as a hitter? You know what I'm saying?
I try not to dive too far into, like, the analytics side of anything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just up there. Like, I know what I have, and I'm going to throw every pitch with conviction, and if they hit it, they hit it. I'm just going to keep attacking and try and do what I can to fill up the zone and keep my defense locked into the game and let them make plays.
I've heard that, and I guess I've seen this watching baseball, where guys say, I don't have my best stuff today. I don't have my command today. Do you feel that on the mound sometimes, or you're up there like, man, this is just not my best. I got to kind of grit through it here.
There's a few, like, I mean, you never really have everything working all at once. Like, there's a couple times you will throughout the year, but you're always going to have to figure out a way to make something work with what you have, and that's part of the game. For me, last Friday I had that kind of thing where I didn't have my stuff, and I had to kind of figure out what I needed to do to work with what I had. But during season, it's one of those things where, like, you can't worry about that. You just got to go out there with what you have that day and not make a way to do something, but find a way to help your team win and keep them locked in.
Carson Whisenhunt joining us. Carson, did you watch Super Bowl last night?
I did.
Who's your favorite NFL team? Or do you have one?
I don't really have one.
Okay.
I don't really watch NFL as much as I used to anymore.
Who Do you what are your hobbies? What do you do outside of baseball?
Outside of baseball, I'm an outdoors kind of guy, so I like hunting, fishing, just anything outdoors that goes along with that.
Good deal. I've met your parents. They're really cool people. And I asked this because my daughter just turned 13 yesterday, and I don't think she'll ever think I'm cool again. Do you recognize your parents as cool people, or since you're their kid, you probably think they're lame, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like all kids with their parents.
I know, yeah.
My parents are cool, and I see it now.
Yeah.
But kind of when I was anywhere from 10 to about 16, I didn't think they were. But things have changed now. Like, I like to be around them, hang out with them.
Good, yeah.
It's different once you get older. You kind of realize, like, what you missed out over the time.
Yeah, well, that's a great perspective. I'm sure they'll be glad to hear that. What is cool, Carson, is the family that is ECU baseball, and that includes like the team, the coaches, the parents, but even like former players, the fans, like everybody. And I'm sure you've seen that now since you've been here a few years.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody involved. Like we talk. Coach G brings it up all the time when we talk about it, like the people that have left their legacy here player-wise, but then like all of Pirate Nation coming out and supporting us every weekend or even during midweeks. Like, y'all allow us to be able to do what we want to, and we want to provide for y'all. Like, we want to make it fun for y'all to come out and watch the games. Like, that's our goal, is to sell tickets and have a good game that y'all can enjoy.
If you're pitching on a Friday in February that's 37 degrees and maybe it's not packed, and then pitching in a regional at Clark LeClaire where it is packed, you got to feel the difference. But I don't know, does it make you pitch any different? Do you try to block it out, or do you use it kind of as energy?
Yeah, it is different, but I try not to focus on it too much. Me and Coach G actually sat down and talked about it last year, right before the regional, because that was the most people I've thrown in front of. And he was like, hey, just don't make the moment any bigger than it is. Just go out there, do what you've done, and enjoy it.
That's right. You started 2020, I guess, and then that was the shortened season. Mm-hmm. And then last year, you had a few fans here and there, and then boom, for the regional, it was packed. Yeah, so that was a different experience for you. What was that like, winning that regional in front of the home fans?
Oh, it was amazing. Being able to do that in our first full season here, there was nothing better than playing in front of a packed house, especially with all of Pirate Nation there. Like, y'all made it enjoyable for us, especially whenever we won, because being able to look up and see everybody there to cheer us on and have our backs, we knew that we had it under control from there.
And then for you to go out and have a duel with Vandy, and I know that's frustrating, and you want to get back to a super regional and win it, but man, those were some tight, big-time ball games you guys were in, and you were a part of it.
They were. It was fun. It didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, obviously. But, I mean, we were up against the two best pitchers in college baseball at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody talks about them all the time, but whenever you see them in person, they're the real deal. But I feel like Gavin on Friday threw a absolute gem of a game. He gave everything he could. It just didn't work out the way we wanted it to, and then turn around, and I threw the next day, and I feel we had a good chance of winning, and then we just made a few calls and made a few plays, but it just didn't turn out how we wanted to. But yeah, we most definitely want to get back to a super regional this year, and we want to take the team to Omaha and get Coach G there.
Got Bryant coming up to start the season. Is it easy to scout in 2022 no matter who the opponent is, or do you find it easier if it's like North Carolina or a conference opponent than a Bryant? Like, how much do you know about their hitters right now?
Right now, not a lot. I try not to focus on all of that. The coaches take care of it, and then depending on who's pitching that day starter-wise, they'll sit down with the starter and kind of go over, like, what the lineup is.
Okay.
And tell you, like, the only thing I really want to know is how many lefties and righters are in the lineup and who their power guys are. That's all that really matters to me, because that gives me a sense of how I want to pitch the lineup from there. Because I'm one of the guys that I want to see the lineup one time through, and I'll adjust off of their swings or whatever they're doing in the box. I try not to focus on any single guy on a team, so to speak.
All right, don't tell us what your warm-up song is. Eric Ward and those guys might get mad if we spoil it, but how big of a decision is that for you, Carson? How much thought did you put into that, your warm-up music for this season?
It came down to two different ones. The one that I'm going with, it was an obvious decision. It had to be, at least for opening weekend. But I put in a little bit of thought, but I try not to focus on it too much because it's 3 minutes, at most. Yeah. And then after that, it's time to lock in. Like, yeah, it's cool to hear the song while you're getting loose, getting warmed up, doing everything you need to. But once it's go time, I try to block everything out.
I'm going to, well, maybe I shouldn't assume, but country, rap, rock, what kind of genre? I was assuming country with your wardrobe and your hunting and fishing, but what do you, can you tell us the genre?
So the genre of it is rap.
Oh, okay.
I was going to go with the country song, but when I heard the song, it was a no doubt decision.
Okay.
But it could end up being changed back to the country song I wanted to go with after a few games, so we'll see.
All right, folks can hear that a little before 4 o'clock coming up Friday at Clark LeClaire Stadium, East Carolina, taking on Bryant. Carson, great to talk with you today, get to know you a little bit, and we'll talk more baseball with you coming up next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, there's my chat earlier today with Pirate lefty Carson Whisenhunt. Really enjoyed talking to Carson, Bryson, Ryder, CJ, and Zach, getting to know those guys a little bit off the field, and we'll talk Pirate baseball with them all season long right here Mondays on Pirate Radio Live. When we return, we'll get our season preview with Cliff Godwin. See if he throws us out a rotation, maybe some starters, and his thoughts heading into the 2021 ECU baseball season. Got that on the way when we return. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Matt Driscoll. Please join us at AJ Fletcher Music Hall or live stream on February 17th at 7:30 p.m. when Durward Ensemble will be on the campus of East Carolina University presenting works from our upcoming album, Prophetic Revolutions, and a world premiere by ECU alumna and Miss America 2019, Nia Franklin. If you would like to learn more or support our group, go to our website, durwardmusic.com. We look forward to seeing you Thursday, February 17th.
Domino's new warm oven-baked dips and twist combos are making a lot of noise in the pizza world.
Holy cow.
That's good. There's cheesy marinara with dippable bread twists.
So cheesy. So tomatoey.
Sweet and cinnamony baked apple dip.
Now that is sweet.
And melty 5-cheese dip.
Hold up. 5 cheeses?
Try our new oven-baked dips and twist combos or any 3-topping pizza for $7.99 each when you carry out from Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks. If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Carolina Caliber has the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and is one of the top firearm dealers anywhere. At Carolina Caliber, they have everything you need for hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. They will buy, sell, and trade. Carolina Caliber, locally owned and operated since 1960 on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All righty. Had a great time talking to the players of the East Carolina baseball team inside the Players Lounge. Zach Agnos, CJ Mayhue, Ryder Giles, Bryson Worrell, and Carson Whisenhunt. We'll talk to those guys Monday right here on Pirate Radio Live. And now it's time to talk to their head coach, Cliff Godwin, head coach of the Pirates, joining Troy D and I inside the Pirate Radio studios. Troy, Coach, good to see you, gentlemen. How we doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
Good to see you, Coach. Welcome back. Game week, hard to believe it's here. It just seems like time keeps going faster and faster. Have you checked out that forecast for game day?
I just like the fact that you always touch my mic and just make sure it's perfectly correct.
I want you to sound great, Coach.
Am I sounding good, Clip? Well, I don't care what Troy says.
It sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I want.
What are you doing with the wire?
Well, I was just trying to give him a little more room. So
he's making me uncomfortable.
I know. Will you leave him alone?
First of all, it's our mic. You're just borrowing it. You know, if I came out to the, your facility and I was going to take some BP, you'd want to make sure I had the right bat and stuff like that, right? Just make sure the equipment.
Actually, I would want to sign, something that you wouldn't get hurt on the field and I'd be sued.
It would be your fault.
We still need to do the what do you call it? Fungo, the thing that shoots straight up. You know what I'm talking about?
A pitching machine that shoots balls?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, what is it? It has a name.
A fungo
is a bat.
Oh, what do they call that thing?
Troy, you're making yourself not sound
Can we just get into the interview portion of the show?
No, but I have seen it that it shoots sky high.
That is a pitching machine that's just shooting pop-ups.
Oh, okay. That's what we were supposed to do one day.
Yeah,
practice catching one.
You were going to catch one? Yeah. I would tell you to come out to practice when we're doing pop fly communication, and Blake Hardigree and Colby Bortles, they hit major league pop. It's impressive how high they can hit the ball. Yeah. Ask our players.
I'd love to do that. We'll do that in the off season. Before we get to this season, we last saw you at the banquet.
Yep.
Which was, about a week or so ago, I guess, now?
It was a week ago from this past Saturday.
And for folks that don't know, you guys do your banquet preseason. You open it up to fans, the public. And it is a fundraiser, and its goal is to raise money for the program that you can use for discretionary funds for what you feel the team needs, for whatever that might be. How did you do this year, fundraising-wise?
We raised close to $95,000, so huge success. I really want to thank everyone who attended, who has donated so selflessly to our program. It's a big deal for our players, and I tell our players who were sitting at tables of people who donated money is to make sure you say thanks, because when you look at the pitching indoor, of course, Walter and Marie Williams donated a lot of the money for the hitting indoor, but we had a new infield this past year because the lip on the backside was getting really bad, and for a player's safety. All those things go into it, and just really appreciate the support of Pirate Nation and selling out season tickets. I mean,
First time in history, right?
I think so. Malcolm can fact check, obviously, but I know it's the first time since I have been the head coach that we've sold out season tickets. For people out there who are nervous about getting into the game, we were not. I don't think we will turn away anybody.
And that's a good point, because I was talking to Coleman at the ticket office, and even though the season tickets have sold out, there will be every game there'll be single. That is basically the grandstand.
Right,
reserve
right.
seats are basically sold out. There are still thousands of room, as you know, standing room only in the jungle that will still be available. So the majority probably of what's available game day would be in the outfield jungle area, but those tickets are available.
And that's where I would sit or stand, Troy, is in the jungle. If I wasn't coaching, that's where I would be.
And you'd be standing or sitting with us.
Right.
Out there and having a good time.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
Well, not that you're planning on getting ejected this year, Coach, but would it be legal for you after being ejected to go watch the game in the jungle?
Can't be in eyesight. So technically,
you could come to the jungle parking lot because you can't see there.
True.
There's a berm, and you really can't see the action, so you could hang out there.
Or I could do like Bobby. Was it Bobby Valentine? That
stash.
The
fake mustache. Coach, I wanted to ask you, so we're going back to the traditional 3-game series this year, which I know you're happy about. Any other, and that's not a rule change or anything, that's back to normal, but any differences in the rules, anything going from 2021 to 22 in college baseball?
Nothing to my knowledge that is eye-opening. No. The one thing, and somebody asked me this, I don't know if it was media day or not, but you know how in the American, when we were playing those 4 games, we went to what the Major League Baseball teams were doing during COVID with putting a runner at second base if you went into extra innings. So we're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
We just did that because we were playing 4 games in 3 days.
So extra innings is normal. Okay.
Yeah.
How about the lineup? Did you go ahead and set it up for this opening weekend?
You're talking about the lineup, the starting lineup?
Correct. And your pitching rotation?
No on both of those, Troy.
Okay. A lot of times you'll announce it on this Monday.
Really? I have done that in the past?
You have done that in the past.
At least, I don't think he's ever given out a lineup.
No, and I should say, how about the, Whisenhunt going to be Friday night guy?
You would love to know that, wouldn't you?
I'm sure he is. I mean, come on.
We want to make sure
he was.
Well, hey, I guess Carson knows more than I do. But no, the thing is, and it's not like I'm trying to hide anything, but just getting through the weekend, making sure everybody feels good.
You're still fine-tuning some things.
Well, we want to make sure the pitchers feel good. I mean, there's guys that in the past have been sore, and you name a starting rotation, and then you're like, well, that guy's not pitching because he's sore. So just want to make sure everybody feels good, and it has nothing to do with the opponent we're playing. It just more so the health of our players.
Once you do set up a lineup, at least for this opening weekend, how much change do you think there'll be during the season with it?
You
Troy,
ever followed Cliff Godwin in the past?
Yeah, no question. And even we talked about it yesterday with the pitchers. I asked Cooch, I said, hey, when the starting rotation on opening weekend, how many times has it ended that way? And Cooch was like, 0. I go, exactly. Even in the COVID shortened year, the starting rotation was different. The last weekend series against Charlotte, I think it was, versus whoever we opened up against.
Is there ever a time where you think, man, I'm just going to leave it as is, or it's always tweaking, adjusting, changing?
It's not like you go into it. I mean, look, you think that you're putting the best lineup out there every time you do it.
If you score 14 runs a game, you'd probably keep it the same, right?
Absolutely. Hey, no matter what the analytics said, Cliff, you go, hey, we're scoring 14. We're not changing. We're not messing.
Keep it going. Yeah.
We know the 9-hole hitter is going 0 for 50, but we're not messing with it.
Yeah.
So you just make changes where you feel you need to. When there's bumps in the road.
Look, and Troy, I would tell you this about this group, this team. We have as much depth positionally that we've ever had. Quality depth. Guys that have been in our program have gotten a lot better. Guys like C.J. Boyd and Cam Clunch and Joey Barini and Jacob Starling. I don't know if those guys will be in the starting 9 opening day, but I can tell you this, man, like we got some really good players, and they're going to get their names called at times, and of course some freshmen that are very talented, and then you got the guys that have played a lot for us. So I'm excited about having the ability and maneuvering stuff around. We can go really offensive. We can go really defensive. We can go somewhere in between. So
is that one of the hardest things, though, managing the roster and the talent, where you can only play 9 guys and you got guys a lot more than 9 that are capable of playing at any time? Is that the hardest part, trying to decide who plays when?
One of the hardest things, and then keeping guys in a selfless mode and not a selfish deal, and being ready, because if you're over there and you're upset about not playing, then when your name's called, you're not in the right mental state to go out there and execute. And you look at a guy like Joey Barini last year, I think he had 12 at-bats, and Clip follows us closely, Troy, like he actually watches the game. I'm not saying other people don't.
It's very hurtful, Coach. Very hurtful.
But Joey Barini came off the bench last year. Clip will remember, against North Carolina, smoked the ball in the left field for an RBI. Came off the bench against Charlotte in the regional when we were down. First pitch, smokes the ball in the left field. Joey Barini, and I asked him this the other day in front of him. It's like, Joey, of your 12 at-bats, how many were crucial? He goes, pretty much every one. I go, yep. And that's what guys got to recognize is, man, that there's times Bryson, his freshman year, Bryson had about 50 at-bats. I asked Bryson, of those 50, how many closers did you face? He goes, a lot. So it's very important for those guys to stay engaged. And then every year you have injuries.
Yeah.
You look at last year and Lane Hoover going down, and Riley Johnson, of course, played some. A-Mac went to the outfield, played a lot. So you got to be ready when those things happen, because they're inevitably going to happen.
Cliff Godwin joins us in studio here on PRL. The season opens this Friday against Bryant here in Clark LeClaire Stadium. Get out there, support the guys. 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Coach, the big question, hate to put you on the spot.
I thought the big question was already asked about the lineups and the rotation.
No, the weather was going to be the big question originally, but we know how much you love talking about the weather. We don't want to put you in a funky mood.
There's nothing that you can do to me today, Troy, to put me in a funky mood.
So, all right, the big question, is the birdhouse back for this year, or is that just something that was with last year's team?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Cooch Manor. Cooch Manor, I think, is going to be in charge one way or the other. I would say that I'm not going to let the bird out of the birdhouse. So
the cat out of the bag,
cat out of the bird out of the birdhouse.
So it could make a return, or I guess you guys could have something new if you chose to.
Yeah, I think I think it would have the opportunity to come back.
Okay, I was just curious. You know, it would be cool.
I want people to come see the game.
Here's a neat idea. What if you have bring back the birdhouse, which for folks that aren't paying attention is the traffic cone, which is kind of celebration after every home run. What if it got painted purple?
Interesting.
Just to give it an updated look for this year.
Yeah, Cooch is probably not on social media, so might have to just ask him about that.
Okay.
You should have a meeting with Jake Kuchmaner on all birdhouse matters.
We could consult.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Speaking of coming back, I think you answered this at Media Day, but Scott is asking, are you bringing back Cliff's Cab this year?
Cliff's Cab making its official debut on Wednesday.
All right.
I heard, what was it? Was it your parents going to make a...
My mom wants to get on there.
Yeah. Or
she's not going to make it.
I think you mentioned that at the banquet, right?
Yeah, she wants to get on Cliff's Cab.
Yeah. So she's going to make a guest appeapance.
At some point in time.
Where are you going to take her?
I don't know. I'm a little surprised that she actually wants to be on camera, but hey.
Because usually it's just you're taking students to class and then you're asking them questions.
But there's been guest appearances.
There have been. That's true. Yeah.
Chancellor Ballard made a guest appearance one time.
I always love it when you pick up the students and they don't know who you are.
I love it. Hey, I like to.
But then you turn them into Cliff fans because you give them tickets, and then all of a sudden they'll know who you are next time.
Yeah,
you'll get a State or Carolina fan over there, and Cliff will talk to them for a few minutes.
It's like a re-education program.
Yeah. Season 1, I think it was a girl. She got on the cab, and I asked her. I said, "Hey, do you know where I graduated college from?" She said, "NC State." I said, "Get off the cab."
Shirley, let's get a break in. We'll come back more with Cliff Godwin. As Coach, I want to ask you about a couple of guys. When we talked to the players earlier, I asked who are some young names that Pirate fans are going to be excited to see. Jake Hunter's name came up a lot, so I want to ask you about some of these unknowns that you've seen a lot of that we haven't seen. We'll do that and a whole lot more with Cliff Godwin when we return after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hey, Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Hang on, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York style pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine has been caring for Pirate Nation and the student athletes at East Carolina University for more than 35 years and are the official team physicians for ECU. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center provides a variety of general and specialized operative and non-operative orthopedic services to meet the needs of the patients in Eastern North Carolina. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live, a Super Bowl hangover edition, a Valentine's Day edition.
Yeah, wow. Did you watch the Super Bowl, Coach?
I did watch the Super Bowl. I just fell asleep for about 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
I think you fell asleep for about 30. I fell asleep for 10.
It was the thing to do in the second half.
Well, Troy, as you said, it wasn't. The finish was great.
Yeah,
the game itself had some
For
lulls.
a close game, it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ads I thought were boring this year. Maybe a couple good ones, but
yeah, I like Joe Burrow, and I was pulling for the Bengals, but unfortunately, it didn't work out.
He's got a bright future, though.
He has a really bright future.
The kid knows how to win.
And, Coach, I'm sure you thought to yourself one day, man, I really hope to be spending Valentine's Day with Clip and Troy at Pirate Radio. That's got to be a dream come true for you, right?
What else are you doing for Valentine's Day, Coach?
No, this is the highlight. This is it.
This is it. This is it. Hey, this is the favorite part of my night right
now. Oh, boy. I'm sure. All right, back to baseball. Cliff Godwin joining us. Coach, I talked to several of the players earlier and asked, hey, who are some names we're not familiar with yet that Pirate fans are going to be excited to see? And everybody kept bringing up Jake Hunter. Apparently, he's been mowing some guys down in practice and scrimmages. So how about Jake as a pitcher and any of the other young guys that we could see out on the field early?
Well, I'm sure Ryder, Bryson, and Zach were saying that because Jake mowed them down at will yesterday.
So that was fresh on the brain for them, I guess?
It's still fresh on the brain with me. I had a little coming to Jesus talk with guys that were in our starting lineup against Jake Hunter, and I did it to challenge Jake Hunter and say, hey, look, buddy, everything's been kind of easy for you, but I'm going to stack the lineup against you next time you pitch. And tell you what, man, he answered the bell, threw up zeros, pitched 4 innings, didn't give up a run. And yes, Zach, Ryder, and Bryson were on that side along with some of our other really good hitters. So I was a little bit disturbed by their focus yesterday, and they heard it from me. But right. Jake has done a great job.
Well, that's like the purple gold football game, Troy, where one side looks good, the other side looks bad.
I know.
A coach can never be happy because one of his sides isn't doing it.
It really is kind of tough like that. You want to be dominant, but you don't want to be too dominant over one side.
No doubt. And to Jake's credit, he did not back down from him. He filled up the strike zone, and he has done that pretty much every time out, especially this spring. I don't think he's given up a run in the 10 innings he's thrown in the preseason.
We know about Ben Newton, Coach. It sounds like you're deep at catcher this year, too. A lot of options there.
We do. Aiden Edwards is a freshman who's had some arm soreness, so I'm not sure if he'll be available to catch this upcoming weekend, but Ben, of course, will. Justin Wilcoxon and Ryan Mccrystal, all three of those guys will be available to catch, and a lot of those guys bring different things to the table in different ways. And hey, look, don't be surprised if there's 3 different starting catchers there, all 3. It just depends, and we'll look at how they how they receive pitching, and Garrett Saylor's a sinker guy, so who receives the ball better when he pitches and stuff like that. So but all 3 of those guys, and Aiden too, they've all done a really good job.
Cliff, evaluating talent before the season begins is so subjective. As you know, it's a lot easier to evaluate at the end of the year with a record and a win-loss and see how these guys have performed. But I hear people say, man, this is the best roster Cliff has had since he's been here.
Who says that?
People say this.
Do they know?
Do you feel that way, or do you not? Is that something that's too hard to judge?
It's not too hard to judge for me.
Do you think this is the best roster you've had since you've been here?
From top to bottom, it's the best roster we had. I can evaluate talent. I don't need the people to tell me what we got on our team. Our coaches, we see it every day. Now,
that's what I'm asking. So those people are right, I guess.
Well, they're right because they've heard me say it. They're not right because they went out there and, and evaluated.
Maybe so. But that's why I was wondering. I don't know if I've heard you say that officially yet.
I said it during media day. We're as deep as we've ever been. So that's my way of saying that we're as talented as we've ever been from top to bottom. Now, that being said, I don't judge a team on that. I mean, in 2015, if we'd have said, hey, how are you going to play based on your talent? I go, well, we're not good. So, but you go out there and you compete, and that's why you play the game. And that's why I was frustrated with the white team yesterday, because it was on any given day could have been our starting lineup, and they walked out there like they were just going to beat the other team because they were in the starting lineup. And that is not beneficial for what we need to do, because there's so much parity in all of college athletics, but especially in baseball. Everybody's gotten a year back and everybody's older, and man, you don't show up, dude, you will get your tail kicked. So if we don't do that, it doesn't matter how much talent we have.
How you like this conference looking like in baseball this year?
I don't know. I mean, the conference will be better than it was last year. I felt like the 4-game series made our conference worse, and just dealing with all the COVID stuff, you beat up on each other, and some teams didn't play well in the non-conference. For instance, South Florida, and we ended up with them, and I think they were last in the conference standings, and we beat them the first 2 games on that Friday, or that Thursday, because it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekend, because we're going into the conference tournament. And then the pitchers they ran out on Friday and Saturday, I was like, how are they last in the conference? Where did these guys come from? And of course, then they won the regional at Florida and went to the super regional. So I think our conference will be very deep and talented. Who will be good? I got no idea.
I love your schedule this year. I think it's a great mix of teams, and I do love having North Carolina State back on the schedule. Of course, North Carolina too. You got a game. Duke, the Clare Classics is making up for another awesome classic. Got UNCW back on. As far as non-conference games, you've done a great job putting this thing together. For folks that don't know that, you're very hands-on, and when baseball that you're putting this together almost year to year, or maybe at 1 or 2 years out at this point.
It's 2 to 3 years out. Jeff Palumbo leads the charge with the scheduling. Of course, there's a lot of communication between him and I. The reason the North Carolina series is happening is because Scott Forbes, once he became head coach, he said, hey, look, I'm all for us doing that like we did back in 2018. And I said, yeah, let's do it every year. So we're doing it every year on the second weekend of the season, a 3-game series with North Carolina. And to reiterate with fans, they did not get the upper hand. We just agreed to play there Friday and Saturday this year, here on Sunday. And then next year, Friday and Saturday will be in Greenville, and Sunday in Chapel Hill.
Yeah. And then how's your relationship with NC State nowadays?
It's great. Elliot Avent has been awesome since after we played in the regional, and we met in his office when I was recruiting, and he, aired out some things that he was frustrated with, and I did the same, and he's been awesome and been very hospitable as far as playing us, each year, home and home. And look, the thing I would tell you guys is they don't have to play us. Duke don't have to play us. Carolina don't have to play us. So we want to stay in their good graces so they continue to play us each and every year, because it's great for college baseball in the state of North Carolina.
It gets attention. It brings fans to games, but both locations.
Yeah, no question.
I think it creates revenue, and definitely it's good for baseball, as you said.
Yeah, no doubt.
Saw Bryant a few years ago in Charlottesville. Coach, you guys knocked them off on a Friday, and then knocked off Virginia and William and Mary, I believe, to win that regional.
Your dictionary of information.
Got that. How about the 2022 Bryant Bulldogs? How much do we know about them?
I know absolutely nothing about them other than Ryan Klosterman's their head coach, who actually played at Clemson, and when Tim Corbin left from Clemson to be the head coach at Vanderbilt, he took Klosty with him to be their shortstop at Vanderbilt. I think he was a 3rd or 4th round draft pick out of there. Played a long time in minor league baseball, was a career AAA player, and he's from the Orlando area, I think Clearmont. And so when Jeff and I were at UCF, he would work some of our camps, and he ended up being an assistant coach at UCF. So he's very well versed at about East Carolina, because he was an assistant coach at UCF, and of course they're in our conference. So he has been to Clark LeClaire. He will have his players ready, prepared. They'll know about the jungle, etc. So and they're pretty much every year winning their conference. So I know in 2016 we faced a big leaguer. I forget the guy's name. Clip, you can fact check me on that. And thank God we had a guy named Evan Krasinski throw 7 shutout innings
against the team. I remember that year. I didn't know anything about them. All I heard was they hit this crazy amount of home runs the regular season.
Well, they were the 2 seed, and we were the 3 seed.
Yep. That's right. You had your road jerseys on that game.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to that. And last time you were in Clark LeClaire, some of the best atmospheres, and, I don't know, you've played in it, you've been there, but that regional last year, I think with the COVID restrictions being lifted, fans being back, that was some of the more fun days and nights.
It was like
Greenville,
the first kind of big event.
It was a party.
Where it got back to normal. Yeah. People weren't wearing masks. It was like, this is what regular life is like.
Well, up until that point, and it seems like 10 years ago, we started the season with just parents in the stands, and then it became 50% capacity. So the regional was the first full capacity game of last year. So I think fans were so fired up. I think personally it was the loudest that Clark LeClaire's ever been since I have been the head coach for sure in a regional atmosphere.
I'd agree with you. I mean, I've been the ones before here in Greenville, and it got pretty loud at South Carolina game that year, but I would say that was right up there.
That Hoover hit in the center field, about the loudest I can remember.
Yeah. Chills. Bryson's, double, and then Hoover's hit against Charlotte. We wouldn't have beat Charlotte if we hadn't been playing at home. All the credit goes to the Pirate fans.
Shirley, let's go to break, and as we do, let's make somebody a winner and open up the booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Cliff Godwin, big Bubba Sparks guy, right?
I like Bubba
back
Sparks.
in the day.
Yeah.
All right. 317-1250. Shirley, what do you want to give away today?
How about let's do a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's.
All right. Sounds like a good one.
Chico's today.
I would like that. Can I get my name in the hat?
We can.
If you're caller, what caller are we looking for?
Caller 9.
Caller 9.
I know some people, Coach. We can get you hooked up. Let someone else win this one. We'll take care of it.
317-1250. We'll have our winner. More with Coach Cliff Godwin after this.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
It's a new year and we have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685842. Equal housing lender.
This is Holt Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Leonard Mansfield of Greenville. Picked up a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Plus, they have ice cold cervezas, and Chico's famous margaritas are always available. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, hey, got an update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
The Bonnies are rolling 36-26 over St. Louis first half action in New York. UNCW, a winner earlier today over William and Mary, as the Seahawks are having a good year this year. A couple of scores there on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
All right, Clip Rock, Troy T, and Coach Cliff Godwin here ahead of East Carolina's start to the 2022 baseball season. Pirates will be at home for 3 against Bryant starting Friday at 4 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Heard some news earlier today, Coach. I know Jake Agnos. I know Zach Agnos. There's a John Agnos that will be throwing out the first pitch Friday.
Throwing out the first pitch.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
the older brother of Jake and Zach.
That's correct.
I met him last year, and I think he looks very similar to Jake, if I'm not mistaken. They favor each other.
Definitely more than John favors Zach, I would say, for sure. Yeah.
And Zach said he was like a CrossFit guy.
He's pretty put together. He looks like he could play football for East Carolina. And there's also Katie. Katie, she's been to a few games as well. But I'm sure the whole Agnos clan will be there for game one. And, so blessed to have been able to just know Nico. And I'm glad we're able to put a bench out there in his honor. And John threw out the first pitch. And, of course, we'll have the Nico patches on all of our hats and all of our helmets.
That's awesome. Yeah. Great tribute to him. And what a great baseball family for ECU.
Yeah, the Pirates would not have won as many games if it weren't for the Agnos family, I can tell you that.
And Zach talked earlier about, and we've talked about it too, like the Pirate family extends from beyond the diamond, the coaches. It goes out to the fans. It goes out to the parents. Like everybody's involved on this thing, Coach, and it makes it go, right? Makes it successful.
Well, when you're named a head coach, back in the summer of 14, and you don't know what year 7, 8 are going to look like, but the thing I take away is the Pirate Nation family with guys that are now former players, but guys that I played with. Everybody's just so excited about the team and just, the season tickets. And when there's a tragedy, there's people there to support the families. All that stuff is really cool. And, I don't think you can really describe it to somebody who hasn't been a part of it. And I know Zach is a great poster child now from unfortunately what their family's been through, but there's been so many people that have just reached out to him to help him out and help his family out during a tough time.
I think it gets back to what you would refer to as culture of a program. And this is no knock to any other coach here at East Carolina or any other program, but I don't think there's any culture that's better than what you've built here. And a lot of it is because you're from here, you played here, you get it. It's not just a job, it is a lifestyle to you. And including the former guys back all the time is part of the fabric of this program, makes a big difference. And that affects then the culture, then becomes the team chemistry, which is why I think you guys have so much, one of the reasons why you have so much success every year.
I definitely would agree with that. And look, man, I definitely can't take all the credit. It's been an effort by a village, as people say. And, you know, of course, Jeff Palumbo's been with me since day one. Zach Womack's been with me from day one. There's been a lot of different faces, but hiring the right people, hiring great people. And I would tell everybody who owns a business, you hire people that have integrity, that are loyal to you, that are hardworking, and if they lack experience, they'll figure that part out. And you might have some bumps in the road early on, but at the end of the day, if you continue to keep them there, which we've been able to do, like with Blake Hardigree and Pete Biscano for a long time, those guys, man, they work their tails off to make the place go.
I was driving home from the Super Bowl party last night, and I was listening to Pirate Radio. Actually.
So you woke up to drive?
I did wake up. And
I was asleep on my own couch.
I was at
you were sleeping on somebody else's couch?
It was Bram Anderson's couch.
The story gets better.
It does.
From Tiebreakers, it was actually his couch. It wasn't even my own house.
Everybody loves burgers.
Yeah, so that's why I couldn't control that content. It was my house. I would have made him put his phone in a basket so he couldn't have done that to me. But anyway, I digress.
I've passed out at Tiebreakers before, so it's okay.
I was driving home listening to Pirate Radio. We had the game on, and they had a great post game. And someone from Westwood One interviewed the LA Rams owner, and they said, "What is the secret to the success? If other owners are out there trying to do what you're trying to do, try to win a Super Bowl, that's the ultimate. How do you do it?" I was like, "Well, what's this guy? This guy's not going to give away the secrets, And he said, "It's simple." He said exactly what you said, Coach. You said, surround yourself with great people.
Buy Von Miller and Odell Beckham and get the best players.
On all platforms, surround yourself with great coaches, great players, great folks in the front office. Build it. The more great people you surround yourself with is how they built that thing.
Well, and I don't know the ins and outs of NFL football and their organization specifically, but that's why I don't like the transfer portal, because I don't think you can sustain success if you're living out of the transfer portal. Yeah, can you go get a piece here and there, but if they don't fit into your culture, can you imagine us bringing in maybe the best pitcher in the country, but he's maybe not a great human being? How is that going to affect everybody else? We're going to play worse at times because this guy, maybe when he pitches, we win every game, but then everybody doesn't like him, and it's a mess. So I'm all for developing guys that we bring in, and of course there's guys that leave our program, not a lot, but that it's not a good fit. But at the end of the day, we're able to sustain some success even when Gavin Williams leaves, Thomas Francisco leaves, Connor Norby, Alec Burleson, and Krasinski and others.
Yeah, but those great people, this is exactly what you do. You try to surround yourself with great people on the field, great coaches off the field, great support staff. Yep. If you can get the best team of all those guys, that's how and then keep building it every year.
Well, everybody's really invested in what we do at ECU baseball, and I'm talking about down to the student managers who get paid nothing and have to wash uniforms, but they're in the dog pile. They love it. And I tell them, I was like, hey, you guys are helping us win a national championship. If their laundry is hung up and it's not wet, they're going to be in a better mindset when they get on the field.
Sure.
And they're going to practice better. And all those little things, they do matter.
Yep.
Cliff, some people care about this stuff. So last year, I think we had white jersey, white pinstripe, gold, and black. Did I make? Is there a purple in there as well?
There is a purple.
Any new uniforms? Anything different? Hats this year?
Camo unis this year?
We do not have camo unis.
Just the hats.
Yeah, just the hats. So we will go this weekend. I'll give you something, Troy.
Here we go.
Hey,
we're gonna go. We're gonna go white unis.
White unis
on Friday.
All right.
Shocker. I know, shocking for everybody. Purple and white on Saturday, and then the gold top on Sunday.
Sweet.
The purple top is actually a little bit different. Pretty simple, but they're brand new, and I really like them.
Camo hats on sweep day, if necessary.
Yeah, if we can luckily get there, we will go camo with the gold.
And I missed it earlier. Who will be wearing those unis on the mound Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Who's wearing the whites?
Does Troy thinks he's smarter than I am?
I thought that was for Troy. I thought that was pretty good, actually.
Try to backdoor that in.
He about tricked me, but I'm not as smart as you, Coach. So there you go. Who picks out the hats? Is that a team call, pitcher call?
Well, we wear the traditional purple hat with the white on white, just the white front we wear with the purple top, and then depending on the gold, if we're going for a sweep, obviously wear the camo, and then if we're wearing the black uni on the road, we'll go with the traditional purple hat.
All right, this may be a silly question, and I think we've talked about this off the air. I don't think I've ever asked you this on the air, so I want to get it on the record. And I forget what your answer is, so this will be good to ask it again.
It's kind of scary.
No, baseball's a unique sport. I can't think of another sport out there that the coach dresses as the player. You know, I don't see Joe Dooley in a basketball uniform. I don't see Coach Houston in a football jersey. Why is baseball, and this is not just ECU, it's across the, everywhere just about, other than maybe Little League. Why do the coaches...
Corey Scott would look great in a Little League jersey, by the way.
Why in baseball do the coaches in college and pro dress as the players?
I have no idea, but I'd actually like to be a football coach and wear the pads on the sideline. So if I got mad at the referees, I could tackle them.
So it's not required, is it? I didn't. Is that just something?
You have to
tradition?
wear.
I mean, could you wear?
I've never seen a coach not.
No, I mean, could you wear a golf shirt if you wanted to, or
if you're in the dugout, but you're supposed to, by rule, wear the same top, the same uni as the players.
So it's part of the rules of the game.
If you're coaching a base, I don't know what the major league rules are, but the college rules.
Okay, I just always found it interesting. Just you don't see it in any other sport, but it is that way in baseball.
Well, you have
because I wonder if the history of baseball, some of the when the sport maybe was getting founded, some of these coaches were players too. Maybe that's how it got started.
Maybe, yeah.
Player. That hence the term player coach.
Hence the term player coach.
Yeah.
I don't really have a good answer for you, Troy. I'm sorry.
I thought that would be
good observation, though.
Yeah. All right.
Coach Godwin, third base coach. Palumbo, first base. Nothing changed there. Austin Knight, new role, but he's been around.
Right.
So looks like, familiarity is a good thing, right? Consistency. You got that going. With, of course, Coach Dietz out, but Austin Knight filling in there.
Yeah, Jeff and I have been together going on 8 years. We were assistant coaches at UCF. I'm sure Jeff can pretty much tell you what's going to happen when run the offense before it happens, because we've been together so long. And, of course, we talk in the dugout and stuff, and he's great with the base running and our team defense. Austin was right next to Dietz last year. I can tell you this. I knew he was going to be really good at what he would do as a pitching coach, but it's been impressive to watch him. And I go back to the loyalty piece and the hard-working piece, and I just knew he would do a great job. But when people take it personal, when they don't get the results that they're looking for, and when I was a hitting coach, just to explain it, Coach Bianco would come in and just, go, God, how did we only score one run yesterday? And I took it personal because I was in charge of our hitters, and he would be like, why are you taking it personal? Well, I feel bad that I didn't equip our guys to be able to do more yesterday, so I would go back to the drawing board and, have individual meetings or whatever I needed to do, and Austin's the same way. So he's done a tremendous job with our pitching staff, and those younger guys have developed so much, and they're continuing to come. I'm just excited to see what those guys and what he can do, and he's just had a young boy Deacon, and even with having a newborn, he has come to work and done a great job.
Cliff Godwin joining us. Take one final timeout. Get ready to wrap it up.
Got a score update from scores from around the county, Clip, if you'd like it. A championship score.
On the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard?
Sure do. This just in.
It was Dubuck. Well done,
Dubuck. It was the Pitt County Ladies Middle School County Championship. The Division I champion, Hope Mustangs were taking on the Division II champion CM Epps Bulldogs.
I had Epps minus 14. So
did you? Well, Epps was blowing them out in the first half. I was doing some announcing, as you know, before the show. And boy, Hope made a run in the second half that was almost epic, but they were denied 34-33. Epps Bulldogs wins the county championship.
Congratulations.
That's a big win. They finished the season 14-0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and by the way, head coach, you may remember him, former Pirate Phoenix Evans.
Oh yeah,
is coaching that team, and also
so he's football and hoops.
He coaches the football team, the lady basketball team, and is the athletic director. We featured him on this program before. Doing a great job. So his first year as athletic director and coach.
That's big time.
Wins a championship, and look, Hope that's a great win for them.
Yeah, congrats to Coach Evans and those Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout, come back, and have more with Coach Godwin. Wrap it up after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Matt Driscoll. Please join us at AJ Fletcher Music Hall or live stream on February 17th at 7:30 p.m. when Durward Ensemble will be on the campus of East Carolina University presenting works from our upcoming album, Prophetic Revolutions, and a world premiere by ECU alumna and Miss America 2019, Nia Franklin. If you would like to learn more or support our group, go to our website, durwardmusic.com. We look forward to seeing you Thursday, February 17th.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh, she's doing great.
Oh yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir.
Oh, thanks. Wanna watch the game?
Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win?
It sounds like we won. It's still the first quarter. I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on. For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and taking a quick look at your stock market report before we close the show out. The Dow was down 171 points at 34,566. NASDAQ was unchanged at 13,790. S&P dropped 16 points and closed at 4,401. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show. Here's Clip.
All right, wrapping it up here on a Monday. Coach Godwin, appreciate you hanging out with us. Good luck this year. Can't wait to be out at Clark LeClaire on Friday.
Thanks, Clip. Appreciate it. Glad to be here on our off day. So I will not be back the rest of the week if you guys were waiting for me.
Or the rest of the year, probably. I know. We'll see you in August-ish.
We always
September.
We might hook up with you midweek, like mid-season, and then usually
Monday's normally a pretty good day unless we're playing on Tuesdays.
Definitely before the conference tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be talking with you and stuff. So.
Yeah. Bryson Worrell earlier, he said Cliff's Coach Godwin's coming up at 5. I said, yeah. I don't know what kind of mood he's going to be in. And he said, yeah, I hadn't talked to him today, so I can't warn you if he's in a bad mood. He's probably in a good mood, though. I was like, okay.
You've been in a good mood lately. For game week, I got to give you a compliment, Coach.
Good.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Bryson's probably like, yeah, I'm glad you guys weren't there after practice yesterday. Because
a little different.
A little bit different.
All right. We'll see you Thursday, Troy D.
Yes. Be back here at 5. And good luck, Coach.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
National
Thanks for the support. I appreciate it.
We'll talk some baseball Tuesday on Pirate Radio Live with Coach O. Dr. Gary Overton going to join us on the show. That and more on the way Tuesday, 3 o'clock. We'll see you then on Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7